Mm. He took a black job. 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 What is wrong with some you? What is wrong with some of our African American brothers and sisters, man? You know, they really did a number on us. He took a black job. The other day when Donald Trump said something about black jobs and they're coming to take black jobs, it was the same set of African American people who were like, what the hell is a black job? And now the same people are going around pointing out job positions that black people are in that are not African American, but you are black, talking about you took a black job. I thought you did. I thought there was no black jobs. Hey, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Somebody said they thought I was saying morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning to the thoughts and morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Let's go right into the calls. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. If you can't hear me, I drive.
Yeah, but you have a whole heap of static in the background, so I have up on speaker.
No, I connect to my car.
Yeah, you have to make it quick.
You know, put out the notification this morning. I go things that me I check every minute. Yeah,
come did I try a different thing this morning. Come see something. May I try my little experiment.
Oh, come here, check every minute. I think me too addicted to your channel, you know.
Yeah. I love it.
I want money because the story yesterday I come at 8 o'clock and we missed the time. I say shit, we missed 20 minutes.
Oh, I saw.
SouFLo.
Manners here. All right. Listen, this is what we have on the board this morning. Shout out to everybody tuning in this morning, regardless of whatever it is you do for a living. I'm going off script this morning, so you can tell some a bit out of place because I'm so used to. I'm a person of habit, but we just go right into the material this morning. I was about to go back to bed, says PG. PG, big up yourself. No need to go back to bed. I am here. Lovely Aneka is in the building. Big up Lovely Aneka, my fellow content creator sister. For those of you who are not subscribed to Lovely Aneka channel yet, you must never hear me say it yet. And don't be an ass. Go subscribe because it's not hard. Just hit the subscribe button. Me have one brother tell me about, that's not my kind of content. I'm sure you're subscribed to a lot of channels. That's not your kind of content. And it don't cost you $1. Just hit the subscribe button and keep it moving if that's the case, right? Lovely Aneka says, SouFLo, wicked. Where accuse me of wickedness for this early in the morning now? SouFLo, wicked. I'll may check for the short video notification. I was trying something new this morning, but you want to see something. That's why I did that. All right. The one where we left off yesterday is Jamaica depends 4 times more on imports than they do on exports. And I have a lot of info on that. A TikToker by the name of Jamie Warlock was killed. Somebody saying get killed on live. I didn't see it like how I saw Naya's own, but another TikToker dead, another conversation around TikTok and Jamaicans and the TikTok space for Jamaicans. Jamaica Constabulary Force sent a warning out. They will not be dictated to, but the warning sound more like a threat. So we're going to get into that. There's a story here that we're going to get into about, boy, oh, what tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Y'all see my headline? It says the sideman took out the whole family. I wanted to use the word kill or murdered, but it's so early in the morning I went with took out. Sideman murdered the whole family. Sometimes you have to be careful, you know. I know you might be flighty and you might be generous with the pum-pum and you might love to give it away and these kind of things. For whatever your reasons are, is your pum-pum to give away. but you must understand, say, consequences come with certain actions. And sometimes you give something to somebody, it opens a whole different dimension that you're gonna have to step into now and put your whole family at risk sometimes. So we have all the details on that story because the case is now in court and we're gonna get into the details of that story. All right. And the last one is the little missing youth in Jamaica. Also tied into the rural school bus system. So let's do it like this. Our little Willie Audrey. Or if you want to give it the little, but that don't sound right with me, I say it. If you want to give it the little Willie. Yeah, if you want to give it your front, that goes right across the board. Everybody up front. Whether it is Willie or whether it's teapot or pothole, everybody. Poco have a song out. A Poco have a song out called Pothole. She not carrying a pothole. That's why me love my baby to the soul. That's why me love my baby to the soul. She not carrying a pothole. Oh, no, hear the new song. She not carrying a pothole. He has an album out, by the way, or coming out. Definitely some classic kind of reggae music on that album. She not carrying a pothole. That's why me love my baby to the soul. So, whether it's your pothole or your teeny beanie or whatever you want to call it, if when you're going to give it away, just know say it is more than just giving away your front. This story is a lesson there, right? All right. So, let's get into, you choose where I start. You can start with the Jamaica import-export something, the TikToker that died, Jamaica Constabulary Force warning, the sideman that took out the whole family. Oh, Noel Maitland update in his case, the whole Donnelly Donaldson something, and or the little missing youth from Manchester. 1, 2, 3. Talk, you know. We are 5 seconds in, 6, 7, 8, counting. Marie's Message 411 TV has joined us. That's my fellow content creator sister as well. Please go over to Marie's Message 411 TV channel, engage her content, hit the subscribe button over there as well. We have Beer missing youth. We have 3 missing youth, morning fam. Sideman, missing youth. 4 missing youth, 2 sideman, morning virtuous fire. All right, everybody is greeting everybody this morning. Are y'all aware that you're supposed to be saying where you want to start this morning? We have 4 missing youth and 3 sideman, and we are 35 seconds in and counting. Here, lovely and Nick about missing tire. Which tire? Missing youth. All right, we're 45 seconds in. Missing youth. We have about 10 missing youth and 5 sideman now. Missing youth. It is and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Karen notice says missing youth. 3. Bad Dolly says sideman. But it looks like it's going to be missing youth, and missing youth it is. them smartphone are not too smart. Me know. It's a typo. And the damn smartphone can't even correct the typo. If the phone was smart, it could correct. You know, the earlier phones used to correct your typos better than the newer phones. I just something when me observe. So it's like the phone them are getting more advanced and more stupid at the same time. Can't even correct a typo anymore. Just have you out there looking stupid. Anyway, y'all notice that too? Yeah, the more advanced the phone, them less corrective they are now. Anyhow, the missing youth. Probably good to do the missing youth first so that it doesn't get lost in whatever else we have going on. So a search is, it's a pity that when a youth go missing, this is something that I noticed in Jamaica. It's kind of like when a crime happens, even though they have the person arrested who did the crime, in Jamaica, them usually show the face of the victim. Them show the face of the victim, not the face of the criminal. You know what I mean? And then them tell about which part you live. Them give out the victim address. Them give out the victim occupation. Them give out and them not tell you much about the person who did the crime. Same thing when it comes to a missing person. I'm like, can't they contact the family and see if they can find better pictures? If there is really an urgency to find this little youth, shouldn't his picture be everywhere on all media outlets first thing in the morning, big clean pictures so you can actually see who the youth is? Me don't know, go get him school ID or something. But this one little teeny beeny picture that they have is all they have. Is all they have of him. Jaden Smith is the little youth name, and they have been looking for Jaden Smith for a couple of days now. He has been missing since the 26th of September 2025. That don't look good. Honestly, I'm hoping Jaden did not go get beaten and him run away and him there around somebody's yard and they're protecting him and he'll be found safe and sound. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and I'm hoping. But when a little youth, 12 years old, goes missing for 4 or 5 days by himself, usually the outcome is never too good. So we're hoping for a good outcome. So the Manchester police have issued a high alert for 12-year-old Jaden Smith. Jaden, if you're somewhere alive and you so happen to see this, go and home your yard. Although I don't know what your yard circumstances are. Because some of them wicked parents here abuse the picnic them or create an environment in which these children are just fed up and tired of having to deal with, so them run away from the house. And them are the same people who come to the public, oh God, help we find him. So there's a lesson here for everybody. For those of you who have a household that has children in it, you have to make the household conducive for the children to live peacefully and to thrive in that household. Eliminate the abuse, eliminate the do as I say, not as I do, you can't chat to me, you're too little to tell me nothing, and all these other kind of things at different times now. Fix up the way how y'all are raising these children and make their homes happy so that that's where they want to be, right? All right. Jaden, 12 years old, Jaden Smith. He has been seen, he has been missing since Friday, September 26th, and people are now renewing their appeal for anyone with information on his whereabouts to please come forward. Jaden Smith is a first form student at the Manchester High School. He is of dark complexion, slim built, and is about 152 centimeters tall. Somehow we never grew up under the metric system. We left yard early, and then we came to the US where they do feet and inches. So 152 centimeters in feet and inches.
152 centimeters is 4 feet 11.843 inches.
So thank God for Google. He's about 4 feet 11 inches tall, or 152 centimeters. So I'm short. Reports for a 12-year-old, he's 4 feet and change. He's short. Reports from the Alligator Pond police are that Jaden was last seen at home about 6:16 a.m. wearing his khaki uniform and brown shoes. 6:16 a.m. that means he's getting ready to go to school. He has not been seen or heard from since. I have a question. Did he show up for school that day? But let's get into the story. So Smith's guardians, who spoke with the Star in an interview at their home on Wales in Parish yesterday, had expressed frustration with what they described as a lackluster response from some members of the Mandeville police after they had filed a missing persons report. It's like the police them sit down upon them hand and do nothing, not really looking for him, not giving them any kind of a feedback or update. They said that they even had to check locations such as KFC themselves after receiving prank calls from people calling them, claiming that Jaden had been seen there. Why would you do that? Why would you even call this family at a time like this? I thought about we see him. Well, maybe they thought they did. He was reportedly last seen at the Little Caesars restaurant in Mandeville on Friday. What time? They didn't even print that. Lousy ass journalism. In the company of his schoolmates. Was this before school? Was this after school? Was this during school hours? Them did I skip school? I don't know. According to CCTV footage and eyewitness accounts, Jaden entered the restaurant, bought some food, thank God for CCTV. He bought some food, and then he lingered for some time around the restaurant. He was seen giving his umbrella to a friend, and then he reportedly told others that he was waiting for his cousin to come, so them can go on without him. However, according to his aunt, that cousin had not attended school that day and was unsure of any such plans to meet up with Jaden. So them talk to the cousin is saying, we never have no plans for meet up, so I don't know why I'm gonna wait for me there. But maybe it's something that he normally does. So later reports claim that Jaden was seen walking with another student and a woman passing by Mastermark supermarket on Friday afternoon. Neither the woman nor the other student has been identified yet. And there has been no confirmed sightings of Jaden since. The police are appealing to anyone who knows the whereabouts of Jaden to contact the Alligator Pond Police at 876-224-3113 or just simply call 119 police emergency number and say something that you know. The picture they gave of Jaden is a poor picture, and I looked around to find better pictures. If any of you find a better picture of him, please send it to me so I can use it. But the little picture with them give him is just very small. And that's the best them have. I would tell them to go find better pictures of him and plaster pictures all over the place. I'm hoping for the best. And the journalists could have done a little bit better. You know, give some better information. Like, did they talk to the school? Was he present in school that day? So him go school, left school, or did he not attend school that day? We don't know. So he was last seen at home in uniform, 6:30 in the morning, which means he was getting ready to go to school. I left a comment where I said, this is Manchester, so the rural school bus system should be in full effect in Manchester. Boy, the amount of people have fly down upon me like John Crow. You know, here you go again. If you don't have nothing good for say, don't say nothing. One person said. I said, what did I say that was bad? I said the rural school bus system that rolled out, it's called rural school bus system because it's supposed to be for the rurals. Manchester is as rural as it gets. All of it. The rural school bus system is not operating in most of Manchester. I don't know if they're there at all. When I went to go do my research about the rural school bus system, first of all, right, this rural school bus system here, this is why I love YouTube, because you can actually go back like 9 years ago when we were talking about having a rural school bus system implemented in Jamaica for the picnic them. We go school in the rurals. We have to get up early morning, 5 o'clock when it's dark outside, and traversing these dark country roads where people can draw them way in a bush and do anything to them, right? As kids, we used to travel in groups, but that was a long time ago. So moving forward now into the future, I'm thinking proper time to implement a school bus system. So we've been calling for this way before all of this. We're not bandwagonists. We love seeing our old ideas come to fruition, right? However, the trick that they did during the election was the rural school bus system is here. And it's going to roll out come September morning when school start. And everywhere is going to be taken care of. And everybody thought, okay, good. The rurals are covered. And then I started to see a lot of videos of these school buses moving around in Jamaica. And the background or the place they're moving around tells me that that's not a rural area. So I say, which part of the rural school bus them gone? How come they're not? Nobody is showing me any videos of them in rural areas. They're in the rural part of St. Andrew. They're in the rural part of... I'm like, so Clarendon no have none. So Manchester no have none. So Trelawney no have none. Like rural, maybe I'm wrong, but what they're calling rural are not really rural. Then I did a little bit more research and found out that the reason the buses are not everywhere is because they didn't take the time to put all these rural schools on the list for the buses, which is this exact same problem we're trying to prevent of the children going missing. Because if your child is scheduled to take the bus with everybody else and then meet at the same bus stop every morning to take the bus, everybody get on the same bus, go to the same school. After school, them get on the same bus, come back at them yard to the same location. Unless the bus dropped them off there and on his walk from where the bus dropped him to his house, he went missing. The school bus could have prevented a lot of that. I've covered stories over the years out of Jamaica that are still on YouTube. Like a school picnic get find in a bush with our school dress lift up over her head, her little school bag still on her back, her legs spread wide open. A man draw them with on a bush, you know, because the little picnic them have to get up early and traverse these places. One of the stories had Quada involved in some legal issues over it. Quada being the DJ, the dancehall DJ, Quada being involved over it. That story in particular, that was heart-wrenching. And if you see the bushy area where the little girl bravely got through that by herself, because the alternate route was a long ways around, right? A whole heap of picnic have to go through them kind of something there. So we said, yeah, the rural school buses are needed in the rural school bus areas. So the Jamaican them who are all about their political party, whether it be JLP or PMP, when we say these things, don't come fly down upon me, because it's not to make your political party look bad in particular. Any party who was in power, I would still be saying the same thing, asking for the same bus them to go into the rurals to help the picnic them. So now, again, the rural schools who have no service in their area, they are being tasked with navigating this problem, like reaching out to and putting themselves on a request list for service, and then wait for somebody to be sent out to survey their area and their routes to see if they qualify to get the rural school bus. One of the qualifications they must meet in their area is the road must be good enough. So that means that people like up which part all me come from now, because the road them terrible up where I come from. So the people them, and they never told the people all this before. Why didn't they say during the election, the rural school bus system is here, we have 100 bus about to roll out, but the people them who live in areas with bad road, that's going to disqualify you from getting one. Because the people them would have voted against you because you never fix them road. And now them can't get school bus in them area for them picnic because you never fix the road. You know? You see the dishonesty? I hate them sometimes, you see, man. The dishonesty. So now it's about the roads in the areas. If the roads aren't good, remember, I remember when Mark Golden said those buses are going to have problems. Have you taken a look at our rural roads and the conditions they're in? Are those buses suited for those roads? It don't matter, bad mind, you're bad mind. So how come now a requirement to get service, so picnic like Jaden Smith them won't be going missing, or we could be more accountable for them. How come one of the requirements to get service is that the roads must be in good condition enough for the bus them to operate in your area? Exactly. The government is responsible for fixing the roads. So for the government to be telling them that the road around us are bad, it's your job to fix it. You should have fixed the road, surveyed the place, figure out what route the school bus is going to run for this area. Because you know how Jamaica is, right? We have multiple schools in short distance off. So children from many different schools can end up on one bus. All we have to know is how the bus are going to traverse, what route the bus take, map out the bus according to specific meeting points on the route. So a youth knows, say, okay, the bus is not going to come directly in front of my house, but the bus might be 1 block in that direction or 1 block in that direction. Somebody just walk one short block over and we all meet there and catch the bus. Next stop, mile down the road, everybody meet, that's all, catch the bus. They should have done that before and fixed the roads before, so that when September morning come now, the bus them roll out for real. But now is this foolishness right here again. So I'll just have you all know that the rural school bus them ain't really doing much in the rurals. I know it look good on Instagram or whatever videos they put out. Me see it and it look nice too. It looked nice. I saw the children dressed nicely in their uniforms. Me see them in the bus, and some of them were showing off. And I thought to myself, they were laughing and being children, laughing and joking and stuff in the bus. And I said, look how secured they are. Look how safe them look. We know say no skin out song not playing in them ears, cause that tech we pick to them when them catch public transportation, go to and from. The conductor them or whoever is on the public transportation, if it ain't government, play them slap music anyway before you pick to reach a school. Them hear who for whole big and who get dug out and all these other kind of things and who did not throat and whatever. And that's just in music heading to school. So it was a safe environment and it looks good. I just hope that it reaches everywhere in the rurals, real rurals. Because you can't call it the rural school bus system, but it a run a town. If it's a rural school bus system, it needs to be running in the rurals. Right? Makes sense. Whose birthday it is today? Saban TV? Is it Saban TV's birthday today? So Saban is how old now? No, we're not going to ask all that. Forget that. Once we age come off a calendar already, we don't even ask age no more. So if you're past 31, just say happy birthday and done. Right? All right. Saban TV says, blessed morning, 1 more year upon them. At one point, I didn't think I would live to see 15 surviving the 1980 election. Here I am today, 50 whole heap. God is the greatest. You're celebrating your 50th. Damn, half a century. That's a big deal. What are you going to do for that birthday? Hold on, let me sing you a happy birthday first. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Saban TV, JM, $ something. Happy birthday to you. Oh, you're 58. Okay, so you're way in your 50s, man. I'm not going to say how old are you now. Now, we're going to say, happy birthday, yeah, my friend. 1 more year upon them. One whole of vibes. Give thanks for life. Next year, we're doing it again. Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. 1 more year upon them. One whole of vibes. Give thanks for life. Next year, we're doing it again. Next year, you're doing it again. That means more birthdays to come. More happy, healthy, blessed birthdays to come. Thank you for being a part of this family. We appreciate you greatly. Although my singing voice sound like when frog a croak. I hope you know says with all good intentions and love. Big up yourself and thank you for being here. Give thanks because you're only this age one time, so enjoy it. If you did young and wild, I would have tell you say YOLO, but you're not YOLO, you're not young and wild anymore. You know, you're seasoned now. So do something that makes sense. All right? One love, Saban TV. Blessed Earth Strong. See? All right. So little Jaden Smith is missing, and I hope he can be found safe. We're not going to spend too much more time on it. I was speaking long enough for people to pay attention to what's going on. Not just with the rural school bus system, because this is what we wanted it for, to prevent these things from happening. But also, it's not in place yet in the rurals, and Jaden is missing. And we are trying to use our platform to help the family because the family says Mandeville police is not giving them no feedback. They're lackadaisical, them not really doing nothing to help them to find him. September 26, 27, 28, 29, 30th. 5 days missing already. A 12-year-old boy. That's only 4 feet tall. And well, I'm a 4'11", so I'm almost 5 feet tall. He's out there somewhere. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and keep him in our prayers and hope say he returns home safely. If anybody see Jaden out there, please send him go in yard, please. And I hope his yard is somewhere where he actually wants to be too. Like, some people don't want their them yard, right? Some people want to run away from them yard because conditions are really bad. I was one of the youth them that wanted to run away from my yard, but the conditions weren't bad. I just wanted to run away. Because I didn't want to see what runaway was like. You know, one time them, you don't really agree with them when them I say, and you feel like, you know, it's time to go. And them used to tell you about, go on, run one up. Go on. And you try, and by the time you reach out the road, you change your mind. Yeah. Some adults want to run with too, Audrey. Some adults want to run away and them because the conditions in the household that everybody else want to run away from. And them cause the condition where the picnic them want to run away from. So both them want to run away too. Stand up and take it, man. Yeah, me did start grow like a hair and things that me did big. And me want to run away. So me run away, go down a bush, and then bush never comfortable, so me come back. Bon anniversaire, mon chéri. Oh, Denise Parks is in the building speaking French this morning. Bon oui oui. The next story we're going to talk about, because that was the next one on the list that they chose. And don't forget Jaden. The next one on the list that they chose was the story about the... Y'all be careful. Be very careful out there. I'm going to hold up computer and show you no picture, but when this is done, I want you to take a look at the icon for this video this morning and look at the man. You will see a family picture. You will see husband, wife, and baby, and then you will see a man. Yeah, the man kind of look a bit older, you know, like when brown paper bag wrinkle up kind of thing. And that pretty young, gorgeous looking wife of the man in the next picture. Oh, what tangled web we weave. This isn't the first story I've done like this. I don't even know why I'm smiling. A part of me is being sadistic right now. Because you dash out and you tried to deceive your husband and ended up, but I can't even find it funny though, because a baby was involved and your husband lose fame life too. Everybody lose their life. S. Diva says you were just a wayward child. No, me did good. I just, some days you did fed up. and the reasoning wasn't going reasoning, so I took off. But I didn't go far, and I came back immediately. You know? A Pennsylvania man, listen to that story here. So a Pennsylvania man has been charged with the murder of one member of a family, and he one member. He was charged with the murder of one member of a family, and he now faces charges in connection with 3 of their deaths. So he did take out the whole family. I read correctly. So at a press conference on Monday, Burke County District Attorney John Adams announced that 61-year-old Jose Luis Rodriguez was being charged with 2 additional counts of first-degree murder in connection with the death of Geraldina Peguero Mancebo, who is 30 years old, and her 1-year-old son, Jaden, according to criminal complaint, and he killed the husband as well. According to criminal complaint reviewed by Law and Crime, shout out to Law and Crime. Law and Crime be having the scoop. Rodriguez admitted to executing Peguero Mancebo. I don't know who named them daughter Peguero Mancebo, but our Peguero Mancebo is her name. Peguero Mancebo. That sounds like a man name, even if it's Spanish. But anyway, he pled guilty to executing her by shooting her in the head and then dumping her body. And his reason was because she did not want to leave her husband for him. I bet the first time she draw down her drawers and gave him some, knowing she had a husband, she never did think that that would end like this. Police charged Rodriguez with the murder of Peguero Mancebo's husband as well, 33-year-old Junior Cabrera Colon, on September 19th. So he ended up killing the husband. Since you're not going to leave the husband, let me kill him, get him out of the way. That way you don't have an excuse to give me anymore. You can just be mine now. Peguero Mancebo, which is the woman, and her son were both found in separate locations outside of Reading, Pennsylvania on September 19th, the day that man was charged for her husband's murder, and then on the 20th, the day after, respectively. They found the mom one day, they found the child the next day. According to criminal complaint, Peguero Mancebo, she was seen on surveillance video getting into a white Nissan Quest that was registered to Rodriguez, the person who has admitted to shooting her in the head because she wouldn't leave her husband. She was seen getting into his SUV around 7:30 p.m. on September 12th. She was also carrying Jaden, her small child, in her arms when she got into the back seat of this man's SUV. That's on the 12th. They found her and Jaden on the 19th and the 20th. Police tracked their cell phone movements, which revealed that both Rodriguez and Peguero were parked for a certain amount of time at a certain location on East Huller Lane, where Rodriguez allegedly told police that this is where he had planned to kill her at. Rodriguez also told police that he and Peguero, they were in an intimate relationship. He's a much older man. They were in an intimate relationship, and that he provided her with money all the time for her to pay her rent, for her apartment, and buy things for her child and, live nice. And she kept taking my money. When she reportedly told Rodriguez that she did not want to leave her husband because he asked her, "When are you going to leave him?" to come be with me so that we can have a family. She said, I don't want to leave my husband. He told the police that is when he became infuriated because she was constantly taking my money. She was constantly stringing him along. And then she eventually finally said, I'm not leaving Junior. I don't want to leave my husband. So if I that you I wait upon. And he got enraged. The police said that Rodriguez shot Peguero in the back of her head and then drove to another location where he dumped her body, right there where they saw them sit on. You see, technology is too advanced for you to be out here doing certain kind of things if you're committing a murder. Just the fact that they were sitting in that vehicle in that one location for so long, and then they were able to track that they left together, it is right there that he shot her in her head. I don't know how he shoot her in the back of her head when she was sitting in the back seat and he was driving, but they made it happen. Or did she come over to the front seat and was doing freaky things with the damn picnic in the car? Police said that Rodriguez got Peguero Mancebo in the back, shot her in the back of the head. Oh, I could think of a way how he got to shoot her in the back of the head. All right. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Some people are just despicable. Me did tell you a story about back in my wild days when I have a little jubby that I was dealing with. And the little jubby had a youngin, and the little jubby always, you know what I'm saying? She used to come through and check a brother and want a brother come sort it out and them thing there. And one day I go sort it out, and that little youth was there. So me I say to her, say, yo, you can't do nothing because you're a child here. A child, one little baby where I walk around, you know, not a little child where actually can say, hi, Mr. SouFLo, I know you kind of thing. The baby not reach that so yet. May I tell you a woman stay star? Oh, I got two of them stories, at least two. But may I tell you two? I may make two of them short. But if you check my older days video on YouTube, I went into these stories in details. But I'm not going into detail this morning. Anyway, I say, all right, I could come do something, hurry up and do something. Because this is in the middle of my work day. That's another thing about living in New York. When you live in New York, man, it's like everybody live on top of each other and you run downstairs to the first floor of your fourth floor building, 5th floor building, and you throw wood to the girl in a 1A, and you have one in a 2B on 2nd floor and one in a 3C on 3rd floor. Just some nasty living, really. But when you're young and wild, them things they're enticing. Anyhow, so I run up there, pull down clothes, set up myself, ready. Put on my thing and cover up properly, and she'll get ready for straddle. Like she'll go ride horse now. I'm gonna feel something grip me, something like this. And I was like, it's like our something have a mind of its own. Like it does grip me something so. I've never seen a pum grip a piece, grip out. I never feel that in my life, like it actually grab it. So I look on her and I said, blood fire. Me have to look for check. So I look on there and check. It's a little baby hand, me see. I did a loud ass scream. Fling her off of me. Pull up my clothes. Run out of the apartment, never go back. End of that story. I'm not going to tell you the next story until the next time. Yeah. That's real life. So you see, I guess because I've been down these roads, it's kind of, that's why I tell people that whatever you've done before, it will skew it's going to shape how you see other people for the rest of your life. Because any woman me there with can't tell me nothing about she not cheat or, well, I wouldn't say can't tell me she not cheat. If she act funny like says she a cheat, me already believe say you are, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then have belly in front of you don't mean nothing. Have picnic where young don't mean nothing. Because them do it right in front of them picnic. I saw a youth. The dude pull up to the block and his mom got in the back seat. And this little youth is like 7, 8 years old. He is big enough to know what going on. And for sure you how some man doggish, you know, and don't even care about your youth or nothing. Ladies, y'all should listen up because some of them still live dirty. The youth is actually videotaping the little boy knocking on the window. And he was like, let my mama out. Mama, stop. Stop. And you know when mother in the backseat do, she sought out the brother. He pulled up to the block. He had a lot of money in his hand. And count out the money on video. He called the mama for, I guess he know her already, right? She jumped in the back seat. She has sought him out. Our 7, 8-year-old son is beating on the window and pressing his face up against this, and she wouldn't stop. She not even said, oh my God, don't let him see this. Put a shirt up, something, even if you have to do it. So I'm going to tell you about woman. I'm not saying all of you are like that. I'm saying that I've ran into my fair share of those who are like that. Yeah. Some of you have changed your life and you preach righteously today, though, but everybody has a past, right? Everybody has a past. But yeah. When the feeling sitting grip me, I said, blood fire, I can't she, and I lift her up like this. I swear to God all my life. I lift her up like this. I'm lift her up. I see the little hand. I was like, oh! Fling her up for me. Pull up the clothes. And I was cussing her out. And I was cussing her out for a long time. As I'm leaving, me I cuss her out. Me I cuss her out. When me see her again, me I cuss her out. You know what I mean? Because it was the first time that it actually dawned on me then. Remember, you're young and chopping, you know. So it dawned on me then that this girl probably do this Ross all the time. You're probably not the only guy that's digging that, and she probably does this all the time. Because the way how the little picnic come in her room. Because I asked her before we start nothing in her, she said, no, he in the next room, he's sleeping. And she was from one of the islands too. He in the next room, sleeping. Yeah. Well, a whole heap of people don't have no moral compass until them get older. That's the thing. So people have their past. People young and wild at one point. People doing their thing. So back to this story. I wouldn't put it past that that's exactly what was going on. How he got to shoot her in the back of the head because the video surveillance camera didn't show her getting out of the car at that location. It showed them pulling up to that location and they stayed both in the vehicle. But it showed her going in the back seat with her son and he was driving. So how did she get shot in the back of the head? I do me thinking and I said, him can reach out from front seat and go in the back of her head and shoot her around there. So how she obviously climbed over from inside into the front seat and then some way the back of her head got exposed and she got shot in the back of her head. And I don't put it past her that that's what she was doing when she got shot in the back of her head because them something that happened. Police said that Rodriguez shot Peguero Mancebo in the back of her head, and then he drove to another location and he dumped her body there. He then allegedly drove the little boy, Jaden, down the street and threw him in a lake. killed the mother in front of the picnic, dumped the mom, then drove to a lake and threw the little baby boy in the lake, confirming to the police that the baby was alive when he threw him face down in muddy waters at the lake. So he actually confirmed to the police that that's what he did. Threw the little boy in the lake. All this because you give away your front. And you have husband and you give away your front. And the man kill your husband because you don't want to left him. And then the man kill you. And then the man kill your picnic. An autopsy was performed on little Jaden, confirmed that mud was present in his lungs, indicating that he was alive at the time of his submersion, which means him breathing the mud and couldn't get himself out of it and died from that. Rodriguez then told the police that he decided against bringing the baby boy to a hospital because he didn't want to get caught. He was afraid he was going to get caught. He ultimately directed the police to where he hid the murder weapon. So just in case anybody is guessing, maybe it's not him really did it. Nah, he confessed to everything. He told them exactly why he did it, what was going on, where he dropped her body at, where he put the baby body at. Now, man, you know, this is a man that was trying to convince a married woman to leave her husband to come be with him. And bring the child too. I'll take care of that child. The same child where you end up throwing at the mud for dead. The same child you end up throwing the mud to dead. You was promising this woman if she left her husband, you was going to raise that child like your own. He drove Jaden down the street, threw him in the lake, confirming to the police that the baby was alive when they threw... And he confirmed to the police that the baby was alive when he threw him face down in the muddy water. The autopsy report came back after it was performed on Jaden, confirmed that mud was present in his lungs, indicating that Jaden was alive at the time of the submersion. Rodriguez told the police that he decided against bringing the baby boy to the hospital because they asked him, why didn't you just drop the baby off somewhere, in front of a church, in front of a hospital, somewhere? He said, because I didn't want to get caught. He ultimately directed the police to where the murder weapon was, which he had stashed underneath someone else's house, under their porch. The 9mm handgun was reported as lost in shipping by UPS in June. During Monday's press conference, Adams confirmed that the mother and the baby were allegedly killed before the father, Cabrera Colon, was found dead on September 13th of a gunshot wound to his head as well, near Bear Park in Reading, Pennsylvania. So he killed the husband first. All right, you not gonna leave him for me? Kill the husband. So he did it all in one day. He did it all in one day. During Monday's press conference, Adams confirmed that the mother and the baby were killed before the father. Oh, so he killed the mom and the baby first, and then he went and found the father and killed him after. Damn. Him couldn't even make the man live. That man didn't have nothing to do with nothing. You already took his cheating ass wife that you wanted, and you already took the child. So he went and found the husband after he did the mom and the son, and took the husband out too. Currently, he remains in Burke County Jail, where he is being held without bond, and he is now charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of third-degree murder, 2 counts of abuse of a corpse, 2 counts of possession of an instrument of crime, tampering with evidence, and carrying a firearm without a license, and he is scheduled to appear in court next on October 3rd. I know when you think about the little sneaky fun, oh, we're not supposed to be doing this. It feels so right, but it feels so good. Do you see how this could backfire? Well, in this instance, she didn't live to regret it. She didn't live to regret it because she gone. Her husband gone. That man didn't have nothing to do with it. A GoFundMe page raising money for the family's bodies returned to their native because the family is trying to bury them in their native of the Dominican Republic. The GoFundMe page says that couple also shared 3 other children. They have an 8-year-old. They have a 10-year-old. They have a 13-year-old. The 8, 10, and 13-year-olds are now without parents. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. When Naya TV Lifestyle says cheating ain't worth it, people are too crazy this day and age. Like, literally, people are too crazy today. Junior Copeland says, unfortunately, it is the power of the tuntun. Sad, sad. I don't really know about power of tuntun, but it must be. It must be. Denise Park says, tell my husband, please, if he want to be out there, he's free to go. Just leave me alone. And you know, Denise, the crazy part is you will say that, and they'll do the exact opposite. I ain't trying to scare nobody, but you will say that, and they will do the exact opposite. It's kind of like this, right? If you're going to cheat on me, cheat. Me can't stop you. But don't do it in my home. Guess where them are going to do it? Right in your ass house. On your bed. like, I would never, and it'll be somebody saying, I would never. Think about it. Someone will live them dirty life here before. Come on now. You never say live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, fam. How you doing?
You doing good? I'm doing good, bro.
Right. Good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, she don't have to cheat on you. Just look what my sister did to you the other day. She make you have the bags under your eye and everything. My sister make you cry so much.
Oh,
she
man.
don't have to cheat on you to be like that.
You know.
Yes! SouFLo, one of these days, actually, you know me, I'm Marvin.
Yeah, man. Me don't see you, man.
One of these days, anytime, when I watch a live, every time when people them watch it, we're going to go. Anytime we're ready for go live, we'll go live. But come on, SouFLo, you look like you're a rob.
All a what?
You look like you're a rob. And Cartel said, stop bleaching.
A rub?
I want TV and a SouFLo. And don't forget brain flow. Yeah, talk. One love. You hear that?
Yourself, bro.
So promote the thing. Manners.
Marvin, not easy, you know. Marvin said me look like me all a rub. Cool like me wash my face with the cake soap. No, I've never done that in my life. I don't need to. I wouldn't. I love my melanin. If anything, I'll be trying to turn up my melanin. When you see that summertime, I go out the door and sun burn me up till my skin all a scale and I peel. Because I'm trying to get darker. You know, because dark skin is beautiful. You know? Hey. But hey, anyway, back to this. It's you have to be careful what you're doing out here, man. No cheater ever says, yes, I am cheating on you. Nobody ever does. Y'all cheat on me? Hell no. I would never do something like that. You probably a cheat, right? They turn it back around on you. You probably a cheat. Probably you a cheat. That's why you are asking me if me a cheat. Because your power cause are the things where you are do. That's a psychological game right there. Reverse psychology kind of thing. Ain't no cheater gonna admit straight off the bat that they cheating, especially if you're in what's supposed to be a loving monogamous relationship kind of thing. So, hey, we've seen many stories before. There are quite a few stories on YouTube of women and men telling how they got HIV positive. You know, and a lot of them were in marriages. Marriage. You're married. One woman said, I told my husband, I said, I have a feeling that you're cheating, because she wasn't sure, but the way he was moving after a couple of years of marriage, she said, I guess I got boring for you or something, but I've been trying to reach you. I've been trying to talk to you. But I noticed you still moving funny. So if you're going to do anything out there, at least use protection. Please don't jeopardize my life. And she said, looking back now in hindsight, that was her spirit protecting her, telling her he is doing something and he's dirty or he's getting dirty and he's going to eventually give you something. You know the part there, your mind, where I say, man, I hope she'll use protection, or I hope he might use protection. Well, she eventually ended up started experiencing some symptoms. And she was like a rash broke up on her skin first, she said. Just watch her story not too long ago. A rash broke out on her skin first, and she couldn't get rid of it. So that lasted for like a couple of weeks. And then she had a sore throat that wouldn't go away. And she was like, I've never had a sore throat before, and I've never seen this rash before. You know, so she went to go get blood work done. And boom, came back just like that. I didn't know that your blood work can actually tell you like how strong it is in your system and how long you might have been carrying it for, kind of thing. I don't know if the blood work is specific to how long you got it, but it gives an idea of how long you've had it and how built up it is in your system, right? For those of you who are in that level of the medical field, you might know, but that was a part of her story, which I was like, wow. So, long story short, it was her husband that gave it to her. It was him that gave it to her. Now, ain't nothing you can do. You could only pray that you are with somebody who knows how to hold themselves together. And that's all you can do. I see people talk about relationship must have God in it, and you know have to do like Jonel and Noah, baptized together and read Bible together and all them something there. This woman out here right now a skin out for the pastor right after them done read 2 Bible verse. And pastor ram that raw. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Like none of that stuff changes if you don't have no self-control. And the funny thing is, that they're everywhere, That is everywhere. Everybody can find some front everywhere. Everybody can find some front everywhere. Which test am I talking about? I'm talking about the young lady's story of how she got HIV positive. And she was saying that something about the test that tells, it's not my test. I'm listening to the story. So I'm asking those in here who are in the medical field at that level, if you are aware of this, that the test can actually tell how built up this is in your system. So it can like tell how long you've been carrying this versus another person who they can say, this person just got this. They just came into contact with this versus this person has had this for a while kind of thing. Her test said that she just came into contact with it and she's positive she's a carrier now, right? Her husband test said it was pretty built up in his system, and he's the main carrier. He'd been carrying it for a long time. Right? Karen, Karen noticed say it sounds so raw, but so true. Then Karen, the other day, me I listen where the woman I tell the story about she and Pastor, and she was like, I don't want a roommate, and my husband turned me in a roommate, but we are Christian people, so me not going outside looking for nobody. So me I try figure out, cause him things still good, it still work, it still stand up. Me can't figure out why him not giving it to me, even though I think she said she in her 50s and her husband is in his 50s or 60s, but him body still work fine. Him could have still a give her a thing, and she want it all the time, but him not give her none. So it's like them turn roommate in their relationship. So even where him gonna sleep in a one room now and she in her next room, and she was like she didn't want that. So she said she went to go check Pastor to talk about it, to get some counseling from Pastor. And she said after she and Pastor talked about it and then them went through a Bible verse or two, they had the most, which word she used again? It was like animalistic kind of sex them have. She and Pastor fling down back there. And then the church woman start use brawling words. She said, we do a piece of, can you see? Yes, yes, yes. I was like, what? And she was like, Pastor married and me married, so that make it even better, because him have something to lose, me have something to lose. Me love my husband, me not leave him. Him just turn me in a roommate. I said, damn. So I can imagine how much church sisters passed around there counseling that manner. Because I'm sure I know she alone. I'm sure it's not she alone. And Pastor is married, right? And she married. And she don't have no plans to leave her husband. You see, if you're going to do that to me, just left. Just left. Because if I'm going to do that, I'm leaving. No, if I'm not going to do that, I left. I'm the kind of man who, me said this before, my brain go with my body. So, if I'm not into you, we can't do nothing. So I can't like frivolously just do. If I'm not into you, I can't do nothing. And if me do something, me I go into you. And me I go into you more than me should be into you. So me gone. Kind of thing. Yeah. But you have to know yourself. You know what I mean? I've had years of practicing to know myself. So me know myself now. So me can talk about myself like me know myself. Real thing, me I tell you. A lot of people don't know themselves yet. A lot of people, that's why that happened right there with that family. You see how she get her whole family killed? A lot of people could tell themselves, say, me I'll give him lick up on the side. But I have my family, you know, me have my husband and me have my picking them. But me I give him lick up on the side, cause, you know, I'm very generous with him money and him really like me, you know, and him sort me out good and give me all kind of something and this, that, and the other. And she give him lick up on the side. And she hooked. Whether it's the gifts and trinkets that came with the lick up on the side or a combination of both or just the freedom of being able to spend time with somebody else, being touched by somebody new, the excitement of that renewal of all that. You know, remember when things first start, how it did feel exciting and good, and all that dies down eventually. And it's a lot of work to keep that going, right? Right. So now you're caught up. And then find themselves going back again and again and again and again and tell themselves, say, I did hunger one time, them I go do it. And now, next thing you know is what? Either divorce is on the way because your partner find out and mash up the whole house and both and mash you up too. And next thing you know, you're splitting assets, you're signing papers, you're paying child support, you're mine 2 household one time. Been there, you do all of them something there. When all you said was, just take some or get some. So when you know yourself, it's different. When you know yourself, you can say, yo, I'm the kind of person where my front go, my head go, spot my front go. So that not in that way. I'm ready, Jerome, my head go, my front go. But if you know what I mean, like or should I say my heart goes where my front goes. Yeah. So I'm now just put my front in the which part. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Self-control, fam. Self-control.
In a real life energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me watch everything. Me say you conceal a weapon, so you conceal your front. You conceal a weapon, you conceal your front.
Yeah.
No boy never grab my weapon, so the boy not supposed to come grab your front. Later.
Yo. Hey, the earlier you diagnose with HIV and the meds, the less likely it's to hold on there. Nikki's Oasis, big man thing. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Nikki's Oasis, big man thing says the earlier you're diagnosed with HIV and with meds, the less likely it is to progress to AIDS. Well, that's why it's important to do a couple of things. One, get tested all the time. I get tested at least once a year. I've been doing it once a year. When I was doing my traveling, taking contracts, which eventually I will get back to. I'm truly enjoying the break of working and earning from home. But the day will come where y'all will see me clean shaved off again, back in my scrubs with my name tag on, heading out early morning stuff. We'll get there again. And when I'm doing that, for every contract that I take, I have to do a how much panel blood test for every contract I'm gonna take. And each contract is 13 weeks. So you're looking about 3 months and a half. So if I don't extend that contract and I go with a new company, new facility, new area, it comes with a required new blood work. So when I was in the field actually moving, I used to do probably about 2 to 3 tests per year. Since I'm not in the field, I do through the VA one every single year. So I encourage everybody else to do the same thing. You know, a lot of stuff that's happening to us, by the way, if it's caught early, you will have better results and a better quality of life than if it's caught later. That goes for prostate cancer and everything else along the line, heart condition, liver condition, and everything else. So I encourage everybody here to at least do an annual checkup, at least, and a thorough checkup. Don't go one of them doctors that will act like, yep, you're good, okay, bye, sign the paper. Go to somebody who actually is going to go through your blood work. Yes, Denise Sparks, we are advocates for early detection. Early detection. Absolutely. And yes, Audrey, that is true. And it's for everything in general, really. So yeah, the sister said that's how she learned about that in the blood test, that because her husband was the kind of person, she said, who he was definitely going to say, nah, I didn't do nothing. You gave it to me. And she was like, I know I've been faithful. I know I've never stepped out of my marriage. And I had suspicions for a long time that he was doing it. She just never have the energy to follow him around and build up case and, you know, try dig up proof and stuff. But it was him. And he later admitted that it was him that gave it to her. Yeah. What you say now? HSV1, most used already in at least 80% of our system. That's cold sores, fever blisters, etc. Well, me don't want none of them. Blood work, pap smear. Onika St. John says, yep, blood work, pap smear, mammograms, colonoscopy. Yep, all of them. Get them done annually. I saw a video yesterday, just to sidebar a little bit. They were doing a campaign in Jamaica about colorectal cancer and the screening and getting tested and getting digitally examined. Now, you know, say Jamaica this, right? So they have the video camera up in all them man your face. And I must say, I was super surprised. Not one of the men said what I expected them to say. So things are getting better as time goes by. I didn't expect when I man them to say, nobody now put the finger in my body hole. You must say, man, They asked them, y'all might have seen it. They asked them how you feel about it. You had your exam done today. Your screening done today. You had your exam done. You were digitally examined. How you feel about it? The man said, well, you know, it's something where had to be done, and now that it's done, I don't feel no way. I'm glad I did it. Are you gonna do it again? And he was like, yes, man. You know, prevention is better than cure, and if you can catch it early, I said that's the mindset I want to see. Because for so many years, for us, it's been like, yo, if a doctor go kill me, that if he go kill me, me G. Yeah, me no want no man I put no finger in my butthole. I dead with that if I that me have. And then, you know, it's so sad to see them. I've had family members who passed away from similar things. So it's like, damn, if he had only like gotten that exam done, you know, earlier and not had the mind frame, like, nobody not put no finger in him or insert nothing in my butthole, he would still be alive today. Probably. Junior Copeland says, not talking hope, but SouFLo brothers are doing their prostate tests. Lose one of my dogs recently and never want to do that test. That never wanted to do the test. Yeah, I had an uncle that didn't as well. And, you know, lost the great fight. Where you say, Elaine Turner? Elaine Turner, big up yourself. I appreciate you greatly. Elaine Turner says, bear skin, not bear anymore. I'm surprised that in 2025, people even, you know, I think this is the stage of life where you reach that stage that finally where you look by yourself and you say, yeah, you're getting older. You're definitely getting older. But it can't be just that, because there are older people who are still doing it. And I'm talking about, because she said bear skin, it does come across my mind like people still are run up in at each other like beer. Not even to make them chew on one condom when I go work. Them just go beer. Still, in 2025, with all the stuff that's out here, yo, y'all think it's only herpes out there? Y'all think it's only gonorrhea and syphilis out here? There's some stuff out here they don't have no explanation for yet. They still trying to figure out what the hell is this. They have a colon guard poop kit now for screening for colon cancer. Yeah, Audrey, I use that every year. But so the colon guards, matter of fact, I haven't done. Let me see. All right. For sure to say, when I talk about things, I don't just talk about things just for me, and we live what we say. Here's mine, right here. And I haven't done it yet, and it's slide back up there, so, and I've forgotten about it. So having this conversation has reminded me that it's time to do mines. So here's the kit. It's a personal use pack, and it comes like this. That's the one that Audrey is talking about on the screen right now. So if this shows any signs, of certain things, then they will call you in to go further, and then you go digital, right? But I've been doing this, and it comes with all the stuff in there. Can't really show you everything on here, but it's all there. My name is here, my full name, dependent already, everything. So I have to just put it in the biohazard bag and get it mailed out, which I'm going to put it right here so I don't forget to get it done. And I put it right that's up on my desk, so I'm going to forget it done. Yeah. So thank you for that, because I actually forgot to do mine this round around. You know, when you get into a routine of doing things, sometimes you tell yourself, say, I did that already. Like one time, I go to Jamaica and forget to pay my bills then. And I tell myself, I pay my bill already. And then when I came back, I was like, well, why did this I get cut off? Or why? It wasn't like I didn't have the money to do it. It was like you get into a routine of doing stuff that when you skip it, you think you did it already. Same thing for this, the OC Auto. That's for your pathology and laboratory medicine. All right. Oh, wow, that's a decent way of checking yourself. No excuses. Julie Tapper said, you just did yours. You can also be blood tested for colon cancer. Yeah. I think the poop sample is super reliable or super accurate. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, family. Wow, God.
My dad, my brother, Walton.
Yeah, man. Just a little FYI for the family, you know. Both male and female.
Yeah.
Important that we do the colonoscopy. We do my one in last year. No, in 2023.
Yeah.
Go there, doctor come back and say, boy, you're good for the next 10 years, you know. And then
wait, the
after
doctor
I do it,
that the next 10 years. The doctor come back and say you're good for the next 10 years.
Yeah, if they don't see any polyps or scallops, whatever the term you use, if they don't see any there,
polyps.
You're good for the next 10 years.
No, sir.
Yeah, so I'm saying come back the next 10 years. Then fast forward now, last year, June, one of my customers lost her husband through the same colon cancer, you see? So when I tell her, say, I do my own and doctor said, come back the next 10 years. She say, Junior, no. Go wait the next 5 years, because what Steve die slowly. I said, Peggy, the doctor said, I'm good for the next 10 years. But because what she went through with her husband,
no, bro.
She beg me to go up. I said, now go back the next 10 years. Doctor said, be good.
No, brother. She's right. She's absolutely right. They said,
you serious?
Yes, man. See, Lulu Ridges just put it up here. So them tell we every 2 to 4 years. I'm do mine every year. That's to show you how much I don't trust that 10 years something. So take a person like me who do one every year, right? Even though even though them said 2 to 4 years. And imagine you await 10 years. Do you know how many things change in your body in 10 years? You could have it for a long time. The next time them see you are dead from it.
You could be right. You could think that make sure somebody do a thing, you know, but I let the family do it too. Me detox regularly. Me do it like 3-4 times a year, detox.
Yeah, me do that too, but me still go get checked on a regular basis.
And then thing with the colonoscopy, with the prostate with the man them. You don't know where we come from Jamaica. I said, boy, no man, I push up my hand in my backyard, them BC, they don't see it. So, we never do it still. See, but my doctor realized right now, say it can be done through the blood. So, me do like 3 blood work every year.
See?
Yeah, me do 3 blood work every year, and the reading come back and she tell me, say,
them check through your blood work.
So she said, if they see the reading like must over 4, then might have to go push up the inside of yours.
Boy, if it have to be done, it have to be done, you know.
Because, brethren, we lose one of my good friend. He died on 4th of July this year.
From that?
And, yeah, man, he went through hell, and he was one of them, and they went, nah, do the test, Rasta.
Him just wouldn't do it.
And
and
then you know what happened? It went dormant. And then Flo, it just come back aggressive. So I beg the man in our family, SouFLoTV family, man, say,
Go get checked.
get the prostate check out.
Yes.
And everybody, male and female, go do the colonoscopy. It
Yes.
save life.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. So, one love for the family here, so have a good day.
All right, my brother. Manners and respect.
Yeah, man.
Him say, nobody not push no figure up in my body. Oh, man. You laugh about it until you reach the stage where you're crying. Live on the air with SouFLoTV.
Ragamuffin, don't be silly. Rubber spine willy. It's a corona with no one catchy rude boy, don't be silly.
You remember that one, the Marvin?
SouFLoTV, not for you. You have my sister by you. You don't need no rubbers, and you're not cheating. It's for the other guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Manners. Also, a strain of gonorrhea going around. This is the one I was trying to save right here. That there's also a strain of gonorrhea going around now that does not respond to antibiotics anymore. So back to what I was saying before, right? I can't believe that in 2025, people still do them something there. Like I clash up in a stranger. I have people around out sitting around these kind of things or not shit. Even with protection, anything can still be transferred. So why risk your life? Your life, you're risking, you know? Man, listen, I've seen some videos of, and this is years ago, because the army used to do this. So when we had 4-day weekends and we're going off for long weekends, the army as infantry soldiers are wild, right? It's a bag of man, we no work around no woman, and we just always inappropriate and wild. And it's dog pack going out for the weekend. They would take us into this briefing and they'll shut all the lights off and they would have this board up. And they would show us like different genitalias, like pum pum and penis. And then would show me those that are ravaged by these infections and diseases and stuff. And them start out light. You would see something where have like 2-3 bump on it. Then you would see one next something where it had discharged some yellow sitting, and then you would see one next sitting. Listen, there's some stuff out there. Let me see. I'll never forget. I saw one where the whole head of the man thing was ate out like a crater in it. I said, Jesus Christ, what is that? And they haven't found a name for it. They gave it a name, but they haven't figured out its origin or what cures it or whatever. It starts out in a batch of little bumps, like little bumps in a circle, and then the progression goes into, and it can't stop until like the whole, some said people something rotten off for real. Because we used to joke and say this stuff, but me never know say actually happen in a real life. Listen, my squad leader used to be like, yeah, don't go out there this weekend and catch anything. You come back in here and we doing a long run and your dick fall off in the middle of the run and we'll be like, dick fall off in the middle of the run. How your dick gonna fall off in the middle of the run? Man, after seeing that, I'm like, God damn, your dick can't fall off in the middle of a run. The man, something I want is HV2. Nikki? Is that the name of it, Nikki? Nikki's Oasis? That man thing has a hole in the top of it. I talk about a big hole as big as the hood itself. In the top of it, and it look like it just dig out the mig like blood fire. Yo, if I catch something like that, I think I would have cut off my own hood. Boy, some things out there, I'm afraid. The way I'm afraid. That's why I tell you, I want burner for a long time, for real, in a real life. And no matter what go on in my relationship, I'm just not going nowhere. And if me end up go somewhere, and that's why I go stay. That's why I know so what me have done. Because I'm not the type to just be like, yeah, man, F this, me I go to go get me something. See, I lived that already long time ago. So now it's like, no, sir. Me never did know about them something there before. Me know about them something there now. That's something that when you catch it, you wish you caught everything else. That's something where when your prayer say, God, please give me everything else but that. I don't know what it is. It's not a wart though. It's not a wart though. And it's not syphilis. It's something else. For syphilis, I've seen syphilis in its advanced stages. That looks terrible. Yeah, that looked ugly. But this, what I'm talking about, is not syphilis and it's not a wart. It's contracted through sexual intercourse. The way how it ate a hole in the top of that thing. Oh, and there's another one that it ate the hole through the side of it. And it was like this big hole where it looked like, it looked like, I don't know if I did worm or something in the hole. I won't say that, but it looked like that it could be something in there. Like the side of your something near mouth. You can't pull that out again, ever, in front of nobody. If you do what? I don't even think it will work anymore after that. You just stuck with a big sore upon your front until, I don't know, until you expire altogether. Because where does it stop? I want some of my people let me know. I want somebody who's in the medical field to tell me what the hell it is. Because I can't remember what they call it or what all I know is it comes from intercourse. And I'm saying, I think everybody should see it too. I think everybody should see it. Because once you see it, you're going to hold your front to yourself. Trust me. Once you see this, you're going to hold your front to yourself. Are you a one burner or you're just not a gallus, says Jerome. No, Jerome, I'm consciously a one burner for all the reasons I just said. Like, me love my life and me love my body. And I don't want to, that's something that you can't hide it and go on like you don't have it. Could you imagine your front are rotten off while you're walking around? I'm sure it looked like something that carries an odor. All right. Everybody knows say I work in the field of occupational therapy too, right? So you got to imagine that I've been in places where there's this one particular time, I can't say what facility or what location or what patient, we all understand why. But I remember wound care, and I remember going into this one patient's room while they were doing wound care. So the patient had a spinal injury. And you know, for OT, we were working on like bilateral upper extremity strengthening. We were working on keeping him at midline and balance and stability to increase his independence in his ADLs. So he can take care of himself, basically. So he had a thing where it was like at the base of his spine, and every time he sat up, he would like fall over because he sat up and he would fall over. So we're working to strengthen. And then the nurse came in, and the nurse was like, it's time for his wound care. And the nurse said, you want to come see so you have an understanding of what it is your patient's going through? And I said, yeah, I want to see it. And he said to me, he said, you sure you want to come see this? And I said, if you want me to, because, you know, it's your thing, it's your session, and I wouldn't want to just barge in. And he was like, I would want you to, but most people don't want to because it's not good. And I said, what do you mean it's not good? And he was like, it stink as fuck. That's how my patient said. He was like, it stink as fuck. I said, really? He said, yeah, everybody runs out the room every time except for the nurse who's doing it. I said, I'll come see it because I'm trying to build a rapport with this client, right? Trying to build a rapport with this client. And I go in. And first of all, this is the first time my skin itch just to think about it. This is the first time I saw where like the nurse pull out the gauze. She pull out the gauze and she stuck her whole fist in the hole that's at the base of his spine. Her whole life have some raw things for we. She stuck her whole fist in the base of his spine. and pulled out the rest of the gauze that was in there. And I seen her hand disappear in his back. And I was like, what the fuck? But I'm standing there because I'm his therapist for OT. So I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm trying to like not give the kind of face. And everything in me said, run out the room. Everything in me said, throw up. And I'm gagging inside. You know, when you're like, I try holy. And I could, and him lay down on his side. And I could hear, he was like, it's okay. You can leave if you want to. I know you can't stand that smell. I can't stand that smell. And it's my smell. It stink as fuck. And I was like, nah, it's all right. I'm good. You know, after staying, I stayed for my own reasons. I stayed because I'm super interested in the field that I chose and that I am in. And the only way you're going to learn stuff is by submerging yourself and actually seeing things. And I wanted to see what it was like to have a wound like that clean and what they call it, debridled, taken care of. So it get worse enough. It get to a part where the nurse started saying stuff like, oh, this right here is like it's rotted flesh. And she just started paring off flesh and the hole I get bigger and bigger. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then she, you know, put all the stuff that she put back in it and pack it and spray it and all kind of sitting in there. And I stayed the whole time. And then when she was done, the room stink. The room stink, it stink, your frig. I've never smelled a smell like that before. All when you come out of the room, the smell is in your scrubs. And he was like, man, you're definitely my therapist from now on. I don't want to do therapy with anybody else but you. And if you're not here, I'm not doing it. And I said, shit, that's not what I was working on, because you want them to do therapy all the time and you're not going to be there all the time, right? So he took a liking to me after that, to where nobody else could get him to do therapy but me. If they go ask him and they put him on somebody else's schedule, that person will have to come find me and switch and give me him. And that's the only way he would come back to the therapy room, because nobody else ever stayed. He said the last therapist that tried to do it almost threw up in his face in the room and ran out of the room. And of course, it left him embarrassed. So he didn't want me to come in the room. And I was like, nah, I'm not, man. It took everything in me to not, oh, I gotta go. But you know, if you're not cut out for certain fields, don't go in them fields. You know, I think I was cut out for that field. So yeah, I'm on a team banning videos of sex with animals. What? I'm on a team banning videos of sex with animals. What the hell? Oh, I saw your earlier, Nan says I'm gagging now. I saw your earlier post, Elaine, where you said a lot of these diseases comes from human beings doing things with animals, right? Like experimenting with animals. Yeah, certain career fields, man, if you're probably not cut out for it. I remember when I first graduated school, like the last facility I did my clinicals at, because you have to do clinicals at different facilities, right? And I had to do 4 weeks at each different facility in 4 different settings. So I did pediatrics, and then I did equine, which is working with horses. And that's where I learned. I had never seen somebody who has cerebral palsy really bad, and they're like contracted and doing like this. If you put them on a horse, the bouncing of the horse, the person loosens up to the point where they start just being normal, and the horse ride with them. And for once, they can feel what it feels like to move normal like the rest of us do. And it's when they get back off the horse, they go right back to being contracted like this. So that was a good experience for me as well. And then I did working with the children part. I loved it, but I used to come home and not want to see my kids. but it made me super thankful because I was around children all day that every one of them had something going on. I wouldn't say something wrong with them. I would say something going on. And I had a bunch of kids that none of them, anything is wrong with any of them, you know? So that one was burning me out fast. And then I chose geriatric because I just love being around older people. It kind of gives me an idea of where you're heading in life if you live that long. And plus, old people, you can soak up some knowledge from them too. They've been around long enough to see stuff you haven't seen, all the stuff you think you need to be worried about. If you listen to some of them, you'll probably be like, okay, so I don't really have to worry about that. I'm going to be all right. And then other things, I like talking to them and finding out what's their diagnosis, what's the worst day look like, how you deal with this, that, and the other. Just, you know, and I love the fact that a lot of them have no filter either, you know, because they're at the age where they're like, oh, fuck it, I'm 96. What? Sue me. I'm not gonna be here much longer. You know, I love that environment. So I love working there in that setting. Yeah, I fell in love with that setting. But if you don't have any love for what you do, especially if it entails working with people, then you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. All healthcare professionals should be people who absolutely love caring for people. Even if you smell them doo-doo and it stink and it make you feel like for instance, my last place I did my clinicals, they were like, I can't wait for you to get done. As soon as you graduate, we have a job for you. Now, this is a field where everybody was telling me, when you graduate, there aren't going to be any jobs around for you. That's what they told me. There aren't going to be any jobs around for you, especially in this area. Me get job offer before me even graduate, right? So I was excited to go back. But the reason why they said that, as a student shadowing the experts in the field, my mentor said, a part of you wiping butt and, you know, that kind of stuff it's not in your job description. You don't have to do it. So if you're doing therapy with a patient and the patient says, I need to use the bathroom, you have all right to pause your session and go get a CNA. But I'll tell you this, if you pause your session and go get a CNA, you might disrupt the patient therapist relationship. So if you want to build a good relationship with them, ask them if it's okay for you to take them to the bathroom. Ask them if it's okay, if they mind. And if they say yes, jump in and go right ahead. And in the process of doing that, that patient might have like transfer goals that I have to work on, like transfer wheelchair to bedside to wheelchair. Got to teach them how to safely transfer back and forth and all that, right? Wheelchair positioning. You could do that. Lower body dressing, lower body hygiene. You could get all your therapy time in while actually doing the actual task, instead of transferring them to a mat in the gym and pretending to pull down like something down to their ankles as if you're pretending to get dressed. You could actually be dressing, teaching them how to get dressed, lower body dressing, transferring in the bathroom in the space you're. So I think I became a really good therapist because of that, because I wasn't afraid to jump in and they saw it. And I remember when I was going through last phase of clinicals, and it was me and another girl there, and then the therapist. And the therapist have us like stand back a little and watch how it's done kind of thing. And the girl went like this. She went, oh my God, and ran out the room. She said, oh my God, and ran out the room. And when she ran out the room, the look that that woman gave me, I knew what was coming next. Let me tell y'all what they did. They walked her out the building that day, sent her back to our school. My phone on. Murray, my phone is on. Junior been calling all morning. The phone good, man. Yeah, so they walked her out the facility. That person that they were working with had taken the biggest shit I had ever seen in my life. I had never seen a shit like that. And she was like, yeah, they've been backed up for days. Nothing they tried could bring it out. Finally, you had a bowel movement. Yo, when we said there's something big like this, like it was so thick and long, it was like coming out the top of the toilet almost. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. I'm like, shit. My eyes are like, I'm like, you having a damn baby. I'm saying it in my mind, right? Like, you have a baby out of your body to rotted. I ain't never seen nothing like this. But the girl that was with me, she was like, oh my God, and ran out the room. And they were like, yeah, you can't be here. We're going to send you back. So my phone is off. What do you mean off? Oh shit, today's the 30th. Oh man. I didn't pay that bill. Yeah, I didn't. Shit, literally. I didn't pay that bill. That's what that is. Damn it. This catches me every time. And I don't let these people do automatic pay for me because I wonder why my phone bill gone up to all $500 or something, right? And I was like, I was paying it for a while, but me so busy, me couldn't like figure out, like get time to go check. And one day I stopped by the phone store and I said, pull up my bill for me, please. And the first thing the man said was, man, your bill is huge. I said, that's exactly why I'm here. No, man, you know, me make it go. I made it go for like 2 years, paying it just to see him every month for like 2 years. But me, I wonder why. It's so much. I know I have a lot of devices on my bill. Come to find out, the man was like, there are about 9, 10, 11 devices on this. I said, I don't have 11 devices. He said, you got a lot of tablets. You got a lot of tablets. I said, I have 2 tablets from 2 minors. He was like, nah. So all the tablets them that the babies had before that we switched out to get a new tablet or a more upgraded tablet, they never stopped charging me for them. Every time I switch and get them one new tablet, them add one whole new account, and I didn't know it. So I was there paying, and every time my bill is increasing more and more. To me, I wonder, how the hell am I paying $500 a month for phone bill? So after that, I didn't trust them anymore, so I took off the automatic pay. Because them could have called me and said, you have 11 tablets or you have 11 devices? They didn't say nothing. They just kept collecting it. And of course, when we found out, they didn't give me any money back or anything. So no, me take off the automatic pay. Now, the bill is supposed to be paid on the 29th of every month. That was yesterday. It slipped me. So now, on the 30th, early morning, them cut it off. So it cut off now, and because it's cut off, I can't pay it here. The only way I could pay it, let me see if I could pay it from the phone, from the computer. Ja. Let's see. I could probably pay it from right here. Yo, big up yourself, Yo said, good morning, SouFLo. I'm just sprinkling some love your way. Always appreciate you, fam. Yo, I always appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Elaine Turner said, informative chatting today. And I appreciate you, Elaine, for being here. Marie, thank you for telling me about the phone because I not even realized that it cut off. So let me see if I could pay it right here real quick. Da. Come on. Maybe not. All right, it says make a one-time payment, pay as guest. We might be onto something here. And my phone bill, when my phone go off, everybody's phone goes off. Because my kids' phones are attached to my phones. The baby's tablets are attached to my bill. My son who's away in college is attached to my bill. So that means that nobody phone now work this morning. Now work this morning. They cut your phone after 1 day. Hell yeah, they cut your phone as soon as it's due if you don't pay it. Hold up, son. Which phone Marvin has been calling on? Marvin been calling on the same phone, Isabella. He been calling on the same phone, but the phone, he called right before the phone got cut. So it's due on the 29th, and they give you till the morning of the 30th to pay it. So Marvin, get the call them in before them cut it. Marvin, probably I call back again. I can't. Payment amount. Text me my balance, please. Text message sent. Ta-da-da-da. Let's see. Yeah, I don't give these people no auto pay, man. Them wicked. Give me a second there. I probably could pay it from here. Got too much crap on your screen. Okay, so them can't text my balance. It wasn't sent. No, sir. What's up? Should work fit on Wi-Fi. No. See that? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Huh? Say what? So how that the call to come true? Y'all sure y'all calling me? I don't know how that call came through. Taking a commercial break. Good time for a commercial break, said Sheldon. Ah. Hello?
Yeah, your phone work on the Wi-Fi.
My phone work on Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Yeah, but you did. I didn't do anything different, and your call came through.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, Minimum.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Sorry. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo.
Hey,
I'm just checking to see if your phone works because I feel like it should work if you're
in the house, right?
Connected to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
You're using WhatsApp and only you need internet. That's it.
Right. And
so once you're connected to your Wi-Fi, you're good.
Well, yeah, the calls came through, and more calls are coming through.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Bless.
All right. Bless up. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. You see, you start one bag of
You
something.
can't hear me now?
Everybody for call come through except for yours. I want them. Yeah, me can't hear you loud. You want them?
Just so me find out.
What?
When me call you from a regular phone, it's saying that this phone is not receiving calls. But when me switch over to WhatsApp and call you on WhatsApp like I'm doing now, me get through.
So, yeah.
I never used to call you on WhatsApp. I always call you on my regular phone.
Right. So, WhatsApp to WhatsApp.
So, I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, so WhatsApp to WhatsApp then.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Me did want to call in to talk about the nursing home and the things that we did talk about physical therapy and the patients them and things that we have to experience and go through.
Yeah, like if you don't have the love for it, don't do it kind of thing. Cause you deal with people.
Yes.
Skin up your face and frown and want to throw up and...
You want to know something, SouFLo?
Yeah.
All of the years I've been doing this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to pick up on knowing a person's diagnosis before even talking to them.
Mm.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, when it comes to cancer patients,
Mm-hmm.
their body have a certain smell.
Mm.
I've had cancer patients in my family, and it's different types of cancer. It could be prostate cancer, lung cancer, skin cancer, uterine cancer. It doesn't matter what kind of cancer it is. It seems to me like, for me, cancer patients have a certain smell.
Mm.
It's like their skin, their body is deteriorating from the inside out, and you can smell it.
True.
I have a keen sense of smell anyway.
True.
But
being in that environment,
people have asked me, how do you go into a room and help a nurse do wound care,
mm-hmm.
and disimpacting somebody, and then you take your gloves off, wash your hands, and go to lunch, go to the cafeteria and eat.
Yeah.
Because I was built for this. It doesn't affect me the way other people do.
Right.
I don't really feel the effects of my job on a daily basis until I like go home and start to decompress.
Right. Right.
That's when I feel it.
Some people, if they had to do the disimpacting thing and then go, them not eat off of that.
Do they even know what disimpacting is? You have to describe to some people what disimpacting is.
Okay, so you got to go in and digitally remove the feces from the person's booty hole. You got to go in there because they're clogged up and it can't come out. There was one nurse who I used to joke with all the time because she was the one that had to do it all the time. So every time I went to go see this one particular patient, she was always like, I hadn't had a bowel movement in 7 days. And I'm like, 7 days? Are you sure? Because you're not supposed to go that far, right? She be having her days mixed up. So when I run I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back. I run to the nurse's station. I said, hey, are y'all aware that she hasn't had a bowel movement in 7 days? And they're like, man, she got her days mixed up. She hasn't had a bowel movement in a day and a half. So anyway, go back over there. She won't do therapy because she's complaining about this bowel movement and she's hurting and whatever. Long story short, the nurse got to go in and do what the nurse got to do, right? It's been 2 days and she hasn't had a movement. So she got to go in. So I would come out the room and I'll be like, Ashley, you got to go digging for gold. I used to say, you got to go digging for gold. And she'll be like, shut the fuck up. She will whisper it.
Double glove.
Try being like, I'll be like, double glove. You got to go digging for gold. And she'll be like, shut the fuck up. And then she put on a smile on her face and she'll go in there and do it. But in a corner, it's like, you motherfucker. Why you had to be that kind of therapist? When she come out of that room, she'll give it to you. Yeah, she was like, why you had to be that kind of therapist? Why you couldn't wait till after my shift done and let the other one get it? I said, because that lady is in pain and she needed it done now. She was like, fuck, man, you do this to me every day. As soon as I find them, I run up to the nurse's station. I'm like, Ashley, you got to go digging for gold. But yeah, that's what you got to do.
Some of the things that we have to deal with. Like, we will go in a patient room, right? And it'll say, the person's name will say Jackie Johnson, right? But when you go in the room, it don't look like Jackie. It look like Jack.
Right.
But you have to call it Jackie Johnson.
Yeah. I mean,
and then they have these these sex, what you call it, them transforming from one sex to the next.
Right.
So you have to approach them a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then they have laws that if you make as a nurse or any medical professional, when you walk in a room, if you have certain looks on your face or anything, you could actually get terminated and get fired.
Audrey says, but when I turned anorexic after all the weight wouldn't lose, but couldn't do all that. Hold on. There's somebody here who said I've been trying to finish my breakfast. You can actually
lose your job for turning up your nose.
Of course you could. You can't go in there and show that patient that. You can't be. That's why the girl I'm telling you about, she grabbed our toes like this, and she said, "Oh," and they walked her out the building. Then walk her out of the building. They say
that's offensive to the patient.
That's when I knew that I was cut out for this, because it didn't make me want to do that kind of reaction. I was still in control of myself. Now, deep down inside of me, I was like, but I can't show it. So I still kept a smile on my face, and I still kept the neutral mood. And come on, let's get this patient some dignity. Let's get this patient together and get them back to their chair or their bed or whatever. It's not about me. So I never lose myself.
Right.
Yeah.
SouFLo, one of my first experience when I was in training many years ago.
Jerome, stop eat.
We were doing clinicals. And we were being taught how to prepare the body before they come and pronounce the body dead.
Right.
You know what? That's a part of our job. Once the person transitions from this world, yes, we have to clean their body because the body starts to get rid of everything, the waste and everything that's in it. Right. Everything relaxes.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So we're transporting this body. We're in training now, clinicals. So we're in this building and we're with the instructor and we're transporting this body in an elevator. We think the person is deceased. We get in the elevator with the instructor and this body is on the gurney and all of a sudden the arm falls off.
Ah.
And we're locked in this elevator. You want to see we panic in the elevator because we think the person come alive.
Right. It's like that last.
And the teacher try instruct us and I tell us that after the person pass away, the body still have certain movements.
Yeah. Spasms and rigor mortis.
Yes.
Set in and yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I thought I was weird. What I thought I was weird for, but adjust me. So if I used to work with a patient, right, and say I left for the weekend and that patient passed away, when I came back like Monday morning, I'm strolling through the facility and they're like, "Hey, your girl just passed away this morning." I'm like, "Who?" And they'll say, "Miss So-and-so." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And they're like, "Yeah, you called it, man," because I would call it before I leave over the weekend. I would be like,
"Yeah, you could tell."
Yeah, I'd be like, "She's not going to make it till Monday morning." And after a while, they were like, "I don't know what it is about you, but don't predict anything for any more of the patients because everyone you predict so far has passed." So what I would do is I would go in. Is she still in the room? They're like, "Yeah, we got to go in and clean them up." This is where I learned that y'all do that. So I'm going in the room.
Yes, I have to do that.
I go in the room and I look at them like close up like this. It's a human being, and I'm looking at a human being whose life has just expired. And I'm like looking to see, I guess some part of me is looking to see if like this, I saw me I go look one time my life leave my body and my body just dead here.
Right.
And there's that kind of eerie, like, what if she just jump up back right now and just come back to life or something? I don't know. I find it weird. But me just go there and
the spirit has left the body.
Yeah. Somebody is asking you, Marie. Nanza asks you, with the new administration now, does the gender identity thing work? And we can no longer use the pronouns outside of the traditional ones with my employer. So Nanza said,
well, with the new administration, the rules are so all over the place, I don't even know how to approach it. So this is what I do. I just abide by the HIPAA laws.
Right.
The HIPAA training that I've received, I just continue to do that because the new administration is against equity, inclusion, and diversity.
The last thing you want to do, right, I think, is start switching up on these people now, and then when this administration gets out of power, somebody else comes in, and now you got to switch back. They'll never forgive you or forget what you did.
Right? Exactly, SouFLo. So that's why I just continue to do the HIPAA law training that I have received.
Yeah, that part.
HIPAA laws is, for those that don't know, the HIPAA law is the patient's privacy. Their name, their birthday, their diagnosis, their medical records, their
everything about them, basically.
Preserving their dignity and their respect.
Yeah, even their location, everything about them that you're not supposed to release to anybody else,
right,
outside of who is
their privacy.
Right. You can't run into a facility and be like, Miss Jones in here? And you're like, yeah, she's in room 704. I'll take you to her. Or just go down the hall. You can't do any of that.
No.
That might be somebody who wants to harm that patient. You can't just walk out in the public and just tell people, oh, you know, Miss Smith, and she has cancer and she's on her last. And you can't just release people's diagnosis and what they're going through and any of that. Right? You can lose your whole career for that. Yeah.
SouFLo, you ever go into an emergency room and they have the curtains drawn and you have one bed on one side with one patient and a bed on the other side with another patient, and a doctor might walk into the room and pull the curtain and start talking to the patient about their diagnosis and everything, and the other person in the other bed can hear even though they can't see? That's a breach of HIPAA laws because the person in the other bed can actually hear what's going on.
It is a breach of HIPAA laws, but I've never experienced that before, though. But I could imagine that it does happen. I could imagine
they stopped doing that because of that.
Right. That would make sense, though. Because I mean, it's curtains. And nobody else. They're not supposed to discuss your personal stuff in front of anybody else but you.
Exactly.
Or who you approve.
They even have to get permission from you for your spouse to even see or talk about your information.
Absolutely. They can't tell your wife. Good one, Marie. Because we have people who watch us who are new and who are going into the field. At some level, different professions maybe, but it's still governed by some of the same rules. Even don't make the mistake and be like, well, that's his wife, so I could tell her everything, or that's her husband, so I could tell them everything. You can't. You cannot. You can lose your whole stuff for that. They have to give you the permission to, and I've seen cases where they didn't want the spouse to know certain things. You know, but they wanted a friend to know, or they wanted one of their children to know, but they wouldn't let the spouse know, which it's their thing. So you have to honor that. Yeah, and that's
why they came up with these laws, because there was a time when a husband could go to a doctor and find out what his wife was doing.
Right. And vice versa. Right.
And vice versa.
Yeah, or even parents would go to doctors to find out what their children were doing. Even
what their children were doing.
Yeah, even when the child is like 18, 19. It's my child. He lives in my house. Tell me what's happening. The boy have gonorrhea. I want that. You can't come in at the house. He can't tell them anything. You know what I'm saying?
He can't tell you nothing.
Yeah, can't tell you nothing. So yeah, them laws are helpful.
So even when I'm working in the field.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at a patient's house and I have to call the office about something, I have to excuse myself and go outside to communicate with the office about a patient.
Right. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like I tell people, don't get in this occupation in this field just for the money or the status or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to have a love for what you do. It's not just about the money.
I tell you what, this field will.
You have to be an empath.
Yeah.
You have to be what is it? Think on your feet. Think outside the box. You have to be a person that's focused on ethics, morals, values,
right,
patience.
I think more than yes,
endurance,
patience.
Understanding.
I think more than anything, you have to just care about people, and then the rest will come. You have to care about people, and the rest will come. Elaine Turner said, "Thanks, caller, for showing respect to patients." She's talking to you. Thanks for showing respect to patients.
I love my patients. I've been doing this for more than 30 years. I love what I do, SouFLo.
That's what's up. I look at it like I'm sowing good seeds in the universe because I hope to live long. And if I get to that age, I hope that karma returns that to me, to where I'm surrounded by
that someone come along like me to take care of me when I need it.
Right.
Oh. With that said, have a great day, everybody. I'm going back in the chat.
All right, Marie. Big up yourself. All right. That was Marie's Message 411 TV. She does her own stuff on YouTube. Go over there and check her out. Nan says in some New York City hospitals, they still do it. They presume that some patients aren't aware of the law. And I had to stand firm for one of my displaced clients. Yeah. Well, I've never ran into it. I guess because where I'm at, I've always been in a room. If anything ever happened to any of my family members or wifey, we always end up in our room. So we always have a room for ourselves. So I've never been in a situation where there's multiple patients in the same area to see it, to hear them do anything like that. But if they are doing it though, and somebody else can hear your doctor saying, there's blood in your urine and we're going to have to start you on the XYZ and whatever, then that's a violation of your HIPAA rights. I think everybody should know that too. So if you're ever in a situation like that and the doctors start talking and other people can hear, please ask them to just stop. Unless you don't mind other people hearing all your business. But if you do, just say stop. Can you stop right here? And then say, hey, everybody is hearing exactly what you're saying about my diagnosis, about my treatment. Isn't that a violation of my HIPAA rules or HIPAA rules? And see what they'll say about it, right? The city hospital did it. You reported them? Yeah, Crystal G says it's all about your insurance. Yeah, but they still shouldn't be doing that, though, for other people. Regardless of what insurance you have and where you end up, they still shouldn't be doing that for anybody. The HIPAA rules are super strict, too. People have sued and have become pretty rich off of being violated under those rules. So they stand on it, too. Lulu Ridges says you can't be an empath when you in the healthcare industry. On some level, yes, but you would be a basket case if you are. I agree. So, yeah, because you're going to start, and I think that's why I get burnt out so easily too. Love it, but I get burnt out easily. Love hearing people talk about end of life, because that's mostly who I work around. Everybody in my facility is at the end of life. Whether they transition a year from now, 2 years from now, 2 months from now, or whatever, they're at the end of life. So I love having conversations with these types of people, right? And it feels like they're unburdening. And you get them to laugh and talk and come out of their shell and all this other stuff. But then I go home thinking, damn, I start feeling like the same symptoms. I'm like, I wonder if something wrong with me. With my lungs, because the last person I talked to today is dying from lung cancer, and I'm like, he was spitting up so much, like there's sputum and mucus coming out the side of feel like something in the back of my throat. And, you know, I'm hypochondriac anyways. And then to be an empath on top of that, you get burnt out really easy. That's true. So at some level, you have to be like, treat and go through, but I can't help it. I treat and then I get attached to somebody or some of the people them. End of the day, you just have to can treat people good. You know what I mean? Treat people good like you would want to be treated if that was you that was in that situation. That's it. So shout out to all. This wasn't even on our list to talk about this morning. We just ended up here. Let me close this segment off because we have other things to talk about. Let me close this segment off by saying this. If you're still out here in 2025, throwing your front around. If you don't know what throwing your front around mean, ask somebody. If you're still out here in 2025, throwing your front around, then God go with you, because there are some stuff out here that they're still trying to figure out how to actually treat it. So if you feel like you want to go rotten off your front and walk around with a rotten front, then that's on you, right? And shout out to all the healthcare workers out there, regardless of what your profession is in the field, as long as you are one of them people there that actually really care about other people, just know, say you are essential and you really, really do make a difference. Everybody is good right now, right? Because you're healthy and you could do everything for yourself and all that right now. But promise you that day comes where you can't really function without help. What you're going to pray to God that ends up around you is a healthcare worker who actually loves people. So shout out to every one of them who are here and they actually are like that. Like them really love people for real. See it? Wait there. Why Mervin profile picture look like in my preach at church? Your pastor. Yo, lovely Aleka, something else, you know. Lovely Aleka said, why Mervin profile picture look like in my preach at church? Blood in urine, out loud, lawsuit. Yo, one more. When I was in school, every diagnosis that them teach me sweater. That's me. Diva, that's me. Well, I go to work. So you can imagine going to work and this is your life. And every day I go to work, I encounter somebody with some new diagnosis and something, and this person is now on your treatment list. You're going to have to start doing therapy sessions with them. As soon as I done that therapy session, they reach on my yard, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I wonder if I have it come. I feel like I have the same symptoms, you know. I wonder if at the early development, this, I got to go get checked out, man. You sleeping and waking up in the middle of the night like, oh, God. Oh, it burns you out fast. It burns you out fast. All right. Boom. Let's move on to another topic. So, there's a TikToker that got killed yesterday named Jamie Warlock. I don't know if y'all know about it. It's a popular TikToker. Popular as in TikTok. He has thousands of followers on TikTok. For any of you who have tried TikTok, you know say it kind of hard to get the thousands of followers on TikTok. I would have to dedicate myself to it to do it. But I could do it. But me just not reach. That's why you told me I want to dedicate myself. That's going to take a whole heap of work. So I guess, you know, it's no secret. In Jamaica, I mean around the world, period. But speaking specifically about Jamaica because that's where his situation happened. In Jamaica, the TikTok thing has allowed quite a few young people to really be able to afford things. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to work a 9 to 5. Them go up on TikTok and the little money that comes in, plus there's that exchange rate to it, $151 to $1. So when you hear tops and roses, and the roses them worth 5 cents or 1 cent, and the tops them worth 1 cent, and people keep tops all day. Them tops add up because 100 tops is $1, and $1 is $151 in Jamaica. And them tops and roses, the people them start by BMW, Mercedes Benz, put themselves in a nice place to live and pay off some bills and these kind of things. it also brings a lot of jealousy and envy as well. You know, I said this before, I'll say it again. I see a lot of people saying the Jamaican government need to ban TikTok. And I said no. I wouldn't be for that. I was asked how I feel about it, and I was asked to speak about it. I wouldn't want them to ban it because I'm not the kind of person that want to kick away people's feet from under them. Me no want what is feeding somebody to be taken away from them kind of thing. So it's just a new way in society that some people can earn some money. You know what I mean? And they're able to do that. Me no want to see tucker from them. However, I will say this. I think we are the most destructive people when it comes to TikTok. I don't know if we are, it turned 160 Denny's, $160.40 to $1 US today. So you see it. So they make them little money. And some of them make a good amount of money. I don't want to see it taken away from them, but I would like to see us stop doing what we're doing with it. Like the TikTok Jamaica space, you know. I've been to other people's TikTok, and there's a chef that I can't even remember his name right now, but I do follow him on TikTok. So every time I post a video on TikTok to share the videos, because that's what I do. Every video I share here, I post here. I also post it on different platforms, so it's more people see them, right? Chef Kevin or something, or Keenan. I don't remember his name properly, so I'm not gonna say it. But he does food. While I have my phone here, well, the phone now work. He does food, and I'm thinking we can use TikTok for better things. You know, in the food, he's a chef. He's a professional chef. And if you see his spread, like when he does a spread like for a party or for a wedding or for, and you know, he stays gainfully employed through this because other people see it and they're like, damn, and we have a wedding coming up or a family reunion coming up. We'd love something like this. Is he in our area? You can use it to promote yourself. You can use it to do all kinds of other stuff. Jamaica TikTok space, the part of it that get the hype and then get the money is a space where you have to be super toxic in. Like, I really tried. Try to understand a next genre of people then. Because me and them must be in a two different genre. So me I try really understand the people. So me go over there a couple of times, you know, and you know, as soon as you click on past something, you hear, well, suck out your mother, dirty boy. And hey, that boy then you pussy like dog, you know. And when me I come in and feed more, me cannot tell the people them say lick battle to I can't take it no more, I'm gone. I had 30 seconds of it, that was enough. Then sometimes you sit down over there and you say, okay, it got changed to something else. All 1 hour late, I've never watched anybody's TikTok for 1 hour, so let me stop lying. All 5 minutes later, full, still go on with the same something, and then them have other people that join them. It's like they have a thing where make we cuss out each other, because of that them like, you know, make we cuss each other. We are cuss each other bad enough. I don't know if they planned this from behind the scenes. Naya, before he got killed, Naya said him and Figure It Out them did a plan behind the scenes. So I don't like them an enemy in a real life. So they would plan stuff behind the scene and say, yo, come, we could go run a match now. Yeah, so when we go over there, that means I'll tell you all kind of stuff. Don't take it personal, you know, dog. Because I'll talk about your mama and everything, you know. So when the viewers are seeing it, the viewers are actually seeing it as them a fight for real. This is entertainment for real. I remember watching Naya get, like, when them come for him, the guy he was talking to, and in my daughter, like, he would be like, Robot, and you are dead. Pow. You are a dead Batman. Pow. And next thing we know, them running in the place, and me hear, bow, 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 bow. You could have said that looked upon Naya face like he did one of them. And then try take off and the phone drop and all kind of something. And I'm thinking, okay, this is acting. This has some good acting though. Why don't you tell them make all movie? Cause this I first me tune in and me see like this kind of wait. I kill the youth on TikTok live. Man, mama, and then me hear in the background, I'm like, oh shit, me can't watch it no more. Me hang up because the phone was still streaming. So I was like, me can't watch it no more. Like I got a cold chill all over my body, you know. This youth right there, so same thing happened to him. We're gonna get into the details of that Jamie Warlock in a minute. I don't know what they're involved in. As far as the backstories I'm hearing about jealousy. I'm hearing about the people them watch you and them know because you're making the money on the screen in front of everybody. So it's not like you get the money back and nobody, they can't tell, you know. So Nicki Minaj jump up and give somebody a lion. A man just run and go look and go up on him phone and say, how much is a lion on TikTok? And them say a lion is $4,500 US. Or them say blood clot. Yo, the both of them have money. Boom, she give one next lion. Yo, the man have about $10,000 US. You know, say over $1 million Jamaican dollar that. Yo, brother, make we go page a youth here and tell him to run piece of the money there. Else man, bust him head. That's how serious our TikTok gets for us. Nobody else is using it to do that. I don't see nobody else a complain. I don't see nobody else man a come for them when them get 2 lion and all them something there. Nance said I watched one young lady and I was ashamed because there was no way that this is all you have to offer your viewers. I had to unfollow. Yes. But the crazy thing about it, Nance, the crazy thing about it is that's what their viewers want. That's the part where get me. That is what their viewers want. So you see, if people like me talk sense now and have intelligent conversations, those same viewers, they don't want this. They're like, Lord God, man, I'm boring no rascal. I don't want to see that. So there's actually an audience for it. There's actually an audience for it. And that's what their viewers want. And that's what them viewers tune in to get. Remember one time, what girl name? I think she gone to porn now. A porn she gone to now. She announced her OnlyFans the other day. You know, Nancy she cursed for 2.5 hours straight. The girl we gone to OnlyFans and porn now. Skillybang make a song about her the other day. The red girl, the one where they get locked up at Atlanta and all these things. Have one little boy and Ray. You don't know who me I talk. Ivani, thank you, S Diva. Ivani, big up any which part of them. I don't really disrespect your thing. I just use an example out of your story. Because I said this before that I saw Ivani wanted to change. Right? Remember, Ivani was shook. Ivani was shook one time the whole lockup situation and she realized it's a simple threat she make. And this is definitely not Jamaica, because Jamaica can tell people, hey boy, me kill you, you know. Hey boy, I suck your mama, you know, hey boy. But you come to America and you do that and it's a terroristic threat. And now you're locked in a friggin' jail, in a prison or jail or wherever, and you can't come out. Plus you are an immigrant and you're thinking, damn, deportation could come with this and all that. So you could have seen that she did shook when she came out, right? You could see when she came out, she was shook. So Ivani was like trying to change our ways. And she said, me done with this. No more of this toxic stuff, whatever. And remember before she came out, I did a video where I was like talking into the camera and I said, Ivani, this is for you. Don't make them keep putting these battery in your back and make you keep on and act like this, because you see which part you end up. You have an opportunity now. You're in the US now. You can actually change your life completely now. You could accomplish all the things you've always wanted to accomplish now. Blah, blah, blah. And then I said, the sad part about all this is watch and see as soon as she got positive, if she stopped cursing, if she stop tell fuck story, if she stop do all of the negative stuff, then the crowd is going to leave her too. And therefore, once the crowd leave, the money leave. And once the money leave, you're not going to feel like you want to do that no more, because it takes hours and hours and hours to do it, and nobody don't want to sit down and do that for free. So you're back to, okay, may I have to get toxic again. And as soon as you get toxic again, the money come in again. The money come in again, right? Well, that's so said, so done. I watched her try to go positive. I watched how people wasn't really frigging with her no more. People was like, Lord God, she changed. I want to get boring now, and she looked like this, and she looked like that. And I saw the comments, and I was like, damn. They actually really not willing to grow with you if you're willing to grow positively. So you see, as soon as she start, and she wasn't trending. All right, she get locked up, she come back out, she good now. Me don't want to see no more of that. That boring. But as soon as she start back with all the toxic stuff, everybody came right back. She start trending heavy again. So it's a dangerous world for us. I watch other people use TikTok to advertise their business, to even create content and make their money. And there are some people out here who are making a whole lot of money off TikTok. You're talking about young people that's pulling down $60,000, $70,000 a month. On average, young people pulling down $10,000 a month US on TikTok. I don't know what someone who thinks that no money not there. Money in it. Money in it. But for us, we've created it so the average Jamaican who is going to do TikTok has to be toxic. And that part them in a like. And that's why I'm not willing to. I could exploit the app. Remember when I told y'all, I say I'm going to do TikTok, right? And I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it as I want TikTok to be my unfiltered space. Because here on YouTube, I'm super filtered. Y'all remember? I said I'm going to do TikTok, but I'm going to make it my unfiltered space. That means I'm going to say things where I would never say over here. You know, my behavior now going to look as normal as when you see me over here kind of thing. And I was ready to go do it. And then when I went and I saw them doing it, I was like, I can't become that. Something in me can't do it. So more power to those who are doing it. I'm not knocking how them make them money. I'm just saying there has to be more that we can offer on that app, in that space, on that platform, than that kind of representation. I mean, I'm not going to say we are the worst, but we're among the worst. We're among the worst on that app. And that's not a good look. Crystal G says, Ivan is not shocked about nothing. She just bleach her man clothes for not changing her son diapers. I don't have TikTok. Oh, Crystal G. No, I'm talking about when she first came out. When she first came out of lockup, she was shook. She actually came to the app and said she's done with all them toxic behaviors. She's changing her ways. This wasn't my words. That was her. She was shook as shit when she came out. She actually said she was. And she had changed her ways and stuff. And I said, this is exactly what advice I gave to her. But I know that it's going to be hard because once she changed, the people are going to stop following her. And a couple of weeks after she said all that, nobody was following her anymore. She wasn't the hot thing on TikTok no more. And then I don't know if she realized our revenues are drying up and our audience are leave her. She just get back toxic again. And as she get back toxic again, she started trending again. And then in the space of that now, little time pass off, and then she do the OnlyFans something. Right? I'm not going to tell you about the OnlyFans something. I'll encourage y'all to go see for yourself. But that's why I was saying earlier, she does porn now. Because that's what her OnlyFans is. It's porn. She does porn now. Yeah. I have made some good purchases from the TikTok shop. Really, Nance? Yeah, so she basically transitioned into porn. And you know, seeing her do that. Okay, one side of me can say, well, she not the first girl to do it. But damn, the next side of me I say, there's so many women doing that on TikTok. Not TikTok. She transferred into OnlyFans, porn. A porn she do. I'm like, there's so many women doing that. How are you going to stand out? Because if you take one big dildo, somebody over there take one bigger. If you ride sitting for 20 minutes, somebody ride it for 1 hour straight. If you take 2 months, somebody take 5. If you like, how do you differentiate yourself to where you stand out and you get your money, and it's gonna require you doing more and more and more. Yes. So eventually you're gonna find yourself whore out on the app and the money not coming in like you thought it was gonna come in. When you're new, at the first time them say that the pum pum there. So and the things that we are going with. But then that goes by too. And then after that's gone, then I mean, what do you? This sounded like back in the day, you know. Back in the day when a blues movie used to call it the Uncle and Blues tape, blues movie where you know said this Pinky and this what's your name there, and you had these specific porn stars and stuff. This are not back in the day where you have that. Millions of women skin out on that they up there. No. So people have like so many different choices. You get a whole heap of money the first time you started it, but after that, they don't want to see you again. Unless you can come up with something new where not too many people are doing anymore, then you can keep getting your money. You know? Police investigators are now probing the murder that took place along the St. Toolis River near the Manchester-Clarendon border on Sunday afternoon. That's crazy, because this is the river where I asked the dread when I was in Jamaica the last time. I asked the dread, say, if nobody no go back down our river, because I don't see a road leading to the river. And him said, boy, from your group left, because me left and everybody else in my age group left around the same time. Parents carry gone foreign. Him said, boy, from your group left, you know. Nobody no go back down there, so. And I used to work for the JPS. So me used to go down there, go read the measurement of the river and stuff. So me used to cut a little part, go down there, but sure, they never really pay me no money or nothing what me could have do anything with. So me stop go down there. From me stop go down there, the road just overgrown, so we don't even have a road that go there. And I told my audience, I said, the next time I go to Jamaica, I'm bringing all my kids, the big one, them, everybody. I may buy machete for every single one away. And all the way I go chop away back to that river there and go clean up with river, because we have a river. We have a river. We literally have one river what is like a private river. Big, nice river too. So we need to chop away and go back down there, because I could hear it from way up which part we live. All we have to do is chop away and go back to it, right? And the same, the dread did tell me, say, yeah man, but you can go down this, you call St. Toolis River. I say, St. Toolis River, I never go down there so before. And him say, yeah man, all right, that's which part Clarendon meet Manchester, blah, blah, blah. So me reading this story right here, police investigators are probing a murder that took place along the St. Toolis River near the Manchester/Clarendon border. And the same river and did I tell me to go on Sunday afternoon. I guess it's somewhere where they hang out. You know, you can go hang out by the river and enjoy yourself and thing, beat two thing, drink two thing, them all cook on the river and wherever else. The victim is believed to be in his 20s and has only been identified as Jamie Warlock. According to early reports, shortly after 1 p.m., the TikToker, who is a visitor to the area, this is not where he lives, he was visiting someone in the area, he was chased and shot by unknown assailants near the riverside. Them say when them come for him did a run. And the gunman run him down. So it's him them come for specifically. So them run him down and shoot him up. I don't know if there was an altercation before that. They're not giving us that kind of information. You know, like he came to visit a girl in the area and him and the girl was chilling and them not have the details. So if you don't know more than me, say so. You know? But yeah, he ran and they run him down and shoot him up and kill him on the banks of that river. The incident has left residents in the area shaken, with many expressing concerns that such violence is out of character for this usually quiet and peaceful community. Don't want this around here, but it's up on our doorstep now. So that's all they've reported so far about him, Jamie Warlock. I've never seen him before. But speaking on what happened to him, it's like the broader conversation has to do with TikTok and our space on TikTok and what we are doing with TikTok. Everybody else is using TikTok to build themselves. Too many of our people are using TikTok for destroy, not just themselves, but for destroy their own people as well. You know? And you know, you can't tell nobody anything when the money are coming, you know. May I give you an example? Rosalie. Me hear Rosalie say one time say, come hear people say, boy, you just big and just nasty and vulgar and disgusting. I can't stand her. Rosalie said, which part una did there? When me sit down quiet out a road, a market, I sell goods, and me not even get not even one sale for the day. And me have picnic for mine. None of them never come buy nothing from me. None of them never encourage me to do nothing else. Them kind of something there, you know. So now that she find out, she said, now that she find out, the TikTok thing did a work for her, she said she left the market sitting on a road that sell goods and whatever. And she said the same energy what she put into that, if she can sit down out a road all day and try to sell goods and don't get a sale, she will come sit down on TikTok whole day and just be herself and people are pay her to be herself. So she that. I can't say nothing to her about that. You know what I mean? She pay her bills off of it. She getting money off of it. The fame comes with it too because she's being so good at it, I guess. That's the kind of stuff that they're looking for as entertainment. So she has gathered an audience. I can't say nothing about it. I never knock. I never knock how somebody pay their bills. Because here's the thing. If me tell a person, say, boy, that too nasty and vulgar, stop, man. Shameful. Find something else, do. And the person look upon me and say, all right, SouFLo, you know, say, me take your word and me stop last week. Boy, me I look for work, you know, and nothing on go on. Me look at son school fee due, them all kick him out. Usually, when me I do me embarrassing something where you did I talk about, I was able to pay school fee. Now me can't pay it. Right now, I can't go with light in the house because all the light gone. Couldn't pay me light bill this week. We didn't have to decide between light or water. So we pay the water bill, we have water, but we don't have no light. But I'm gonna pay the light bill next. So if you can't help me with little something. If you're not one of them people that's gonna help people in that way, don't too knock how people earn their money. The only thing I tell people is be careful. Be careful. Be careful what you do. And as long as you're not kill nobody, forget what, you know, because if that's what you're doing, if you're killing or harming others, then you must understand, say, that's life. What goes around comes around. So no matter how nice it gets for you, killing and harming, you might get the nice car, you might get the whole heap of girls, you might get the trinkets and the noise and the fame. You're going to dead back at that just the same way. And early too, because it's not going to last long. So I see people do them thing, big them up, make them go and do what them do. I'm just saying the space is oversaturated with negativity. And that's how I see Jamaica TikTok. Oversaturated with negativity. You know? Crystal G says, well, she gathered her audience, chat shot, and now lose our children and don't look like she care. That too. And that is going to be her life. Rosalie probably did there say, you know how long she need a break? She's probably like, you know how long me need a break? Somebody take the picnic them and me know so them they're somewhere safe. And so she tell herself, right, me know them they're somewhere safe, so me can free up a little bit. I see them blaming her man, her baby daddy. And them I say, yo, need to go help with the picnic them more and Rosalie stress out and all these kind of things. She not look stressed out to me, so when she bend over and back it up and do her things out the road with Newman and these kind of things. Me not stay in that space there. I don't stay in that space, so I don't know, and I don't want to talk in depth about these people because I really don't know. I wish them all the best. I hope no more of them get killed behind this. Whatever is going on here. I know it's dangerous. Because the money reached the screen. And when the money reaches the screen, somebody actually is sitting down. You see how we stay? Instead of you go pick up your phone, go up on the same app. That's what Naya was saying before they killed him. Naya said, may I show you. May I show the youth them in the area, say, you don't have to be out here a thief and robber and nothing. Pick up your phone, put together something, and sell it to a crowd. Grow your audience, dedicate your hours and grow your audience, and your money will come in. I think Naya did buy a BMW. Was it a BMW? And I heard the youths them in his area that was like, the first youth round here, buy a drive a Beamer from around here. And I'm sure the rest of the youth them say, them can own Beamer too. And them can come drive Benz and them thing there too. Okay. Instead of them actually following in his footsteps and say, let me go take up my phone and then let me go start my own platform. And then we can link up with Naya and run too much with him and act like we are cuss out each other since that's how our audience want. The man them sit down and watch the man how much counting his tops and roses. And I said, blood clot, Nicki Minaj give one lion to blow. Boom, buckler, Nicki Minaj give one next lion dog. Yo, about 1 million US that you know. Yo, go run in Pana boy there. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I wish them all the best. I wish them all the best. For Jamie Warlock, I will wait for more information to come out. I don't know if it's a setup thing. I don't know if it's a TikTok beef thing. That's another thing when you're on social media, you have to be careful what you say. Because although some people will kill you for nothing, some people will definitely kill you for something. So you have to be very careful what you say when you're on these platforms. YouTube too. You gotta be able to stand on it, especially if you're gonna show your face. You have to be able to stand up for what you say. So make sure what you're saying, don't lose your life frivolously out here if you get $2. Make sure it's something you have to stand up on when you go talk. And don't join the foolishness. That's my principle. That's how I move anyways. Moving right along. My condolences to his family, his surviving family members. May justice be served. Come here, so them run him down and gun him down. And I don't know what he did to deserve that. But I'm sure we'll hear more about it in short time to come. Right? Election gone now. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force is not catching killers as quickly as they were during the period leading up to the, and I know somebody is going to say, also flow stop. But it's true. Election gone now. The Jamaican Constabulary Force is not catching killers so far. So remember, leading up to election, as you quint, you're dead. Or as you quint, you're in a handcuffs. A 400, 500 US, and them take 60%. Yeah. Well, you could Google it and see what it is. Whatever it is, it's a whole heap of money for them. If you could imagine being down a yard there, you sit down, you don't have no work or work, and people are give you a lion, and you are get multiple lions. That's another thing about TikTok that I saw that I didn't like. I think TikTok I'm more than 60%. TikTok could take up to 90% of what they get. They don't always take up to 90%. They could, is what the instruction says. So sometimes them take 60%, sometimes them take 70, I guess. But you can imagine you make a 500 US and them take 90% of that. What a piece of wickedness. Anyway, moving right along. On to more pressing matters. This one I really wanted to get into this morning. We're going to save the Donnelly Donaldson one for last. Y'all know the situation in a Clarendon on Cherry Tree Lane with Jamar Ferguson, right? The 22-year-old, 21-year-old that ran and answered the door and then threw both him hands up in the air, and according to the police, they cleared the house, walked him back into the house to his room where he tried to pull a gun that was hidden under some clothes. So them kill him in his room. Well, the call for body cameras has become louder. And this is what Jamaica Constabulary Force has put out. When you just hear this, because I'm not going to spend too long on it. They said that we will not be dictated to. When you tell me how this sounds, we will not be dictated to. The JCF fans off rights groups and states that bodies demanding body cameras in planned ops. They are fanning off the right groups. The JCF conceded that the number of police fatal shootings was unacceptably high, but they urged stakeholders to join the police in appealing to criminals to cease their use of deadly force against the officers. Man, you know, the little youth of them kill never have no deadly force against them. They themselves have now said that we agree, we kill too much, right? The Jamaica Constabulary Force says it will not allow. They have conceded that the number of police fatal shootings so far this year have been unacceptably high, but they are urging stakeholders to join the police in appealing to the criminals them to seize their use of deadly force against officers. Hey, first of all, right, no Jamaican can talk to no killy gunman about, and they will listen to us, so to speak. Who bad already? Ain't none of them are going to. So why are you telling the people to join you in appealing to these gunmen to stop shooting at police or to stop engaging you in a shootout? It's not gonna happen. It's futile. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says that it will not allow external groups to dictate how it deploys body-worn cameras either. Even as public outrage intensifies over the controversial police killing of 22-year-old Jamar Ferguson in Clarendon earlier this month. This is the Jamaica Constabulary Force's message to all. Let it be clearly stated, the JCF will not be dictated to by Jamaicans for Justice, the Independent Commission of Investigation, or any other group on matters of operational deployment of BWC or body-worn cameras or any other internal operation strategies. The force said in a statement that was posted on X, which is their Twitter account on Saturday. In its two statements since the September 15th killing of Ferguson, the JCF has not indicated a policy position on whether body-worn cameras will be made mandatory for planned police operations or PPOs. The force is awaiting the delivery of additional units. 1,000 units are supposed to come in. They're waiting for the 1,000 units to get here so they can decide. You know, before I even go any further, you know what? Let me finish first. So Indicom has argued that such missions, the missions that are planned, they account for a majority of the fatal police shootings so far this year, which have spiked over last year. So according to the oversight body, 230 fatal shootings have been recorded between January 1st and September 25th. 230 in 9 months. This is a 76% increase compared with the similar period of 2024. Let me say something else in the meantime. So during the election, the Jamaica Labour Party touted and they ran on that they had gotten the numbers down significantly for killings. And they said that by the end of the year, we would finish the year with less than 1,000, and that would be the first in decades. Looks good. However, right now we are pushing up to 600, and we're in September. We have October, November, and December to go. In those 3 months, if things stay on task as they are now, and then you add the police number of killings to it, we're over 1,000 again, just like we did every other year so far. So it wouldn't make a difference. Indicom has argued that these missions account for a majority of the killings, and that Indicom is also saying that they should use body cameras on these operations. Deputy Commissioner of Indicom, Hamish Campbell, has said that body cameras could have been crucial in the Ferguson case, noting that none of the 23 police officers who were on that raid in Cherry Tree Lane wore a device. Not one of them. A video circulating online shows Ferguson opening the door and then raising his hands above his head before police officers pushed him out the way and entered on a warrant searching for a gun. Officers later reported that he was shot after allegedly pulling a gun inside his bedroom. A .38 revolver was seized, according to the JCF. The Dr. Kevin Blake-led police force has described the situation as most regrettable, but they have insisted that the facts must be conclusively determined by independent investigation. Saturday's JCF statement argued that criticism of the body-worn camera rollout was misleading. Calls from various quarters for the mandatory use of body-worn cameras falsely imply resistance from the JCF. Nothing could be further from the truth. The reality is that we cannot be mandated to use tools that we do not yet have, it said. Adding that, you know what, I'm not going to read no more of this. Listen, I'm not reading no more of that. This is the Jamaica Constabulary Force putting up a resistance and increasing confusion, period. I want to move on to my next topic. So I'm not going to bite my tongue, I'm just going to say it like how it needs to be said. Okay? Yes, they're absolutely running from accountability. Check it. Why are you telling them about we will not be dictated to? And JFJ, which is a advocacy group, Jamaica for Justice, or Indicom, or anybody else, is not going to tell us what to do when we go on operations with these body cameras. That sounds like arrogant as frig. That sounds like bare arrogance. And then you said 2 more paragraphs, and then somewhere in the 2 more paragraph you said, How can they try to mandate us with equipment on these missions, equipment that we don't even have? Here's a shortcut, sir. Here's a shortcut. Don't say nothing more. Just tell the people them say you're all for the body cameras, right? Because that's what you think the dispute is about, or that's what you're bringing up a dispute about. You are thinking that the people are having, or these groups are having the public believe that you are against body cameras. So if you think that that's the case, just come out and just say, we are not against the body cameras. We're waiting for them to come in. And when they do come in, we will be using them on these operations from now on. Done. That's it. You ever argue with somebody that's wrong? And them just keep on go around the thing and around the thing and around the thing when all you want to hear them say is, we were wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. We're not going to do that again. I will find another way to do it. That's all you need is the peace of mind, the comfort to say, okay, them acknowledge the wrong. So that means so we are going to do better and let's move forward then. That's it. So all this tough talk about we will not be intimidated and nobody can mandate nothing for we and all that. It sounds like a bag of tracing and it sounds very unprofessional. Wrong and strong, Isabella. Wrong and rotted strong. I think a lot of them forget that taxpayers pay your salary. I think a lot of them forget that you took an oath. You were sworn to serve and protect. The people them will pay your salary. So when the people ask you for an explanation for something, it shouldn't come with arrogance. It shouldn't come with impatience. It should come with a simple, short explanation. We didn't have those body cameras before. We have ordered 1,000. We're waiting for them to get here. And when they get here, we will definitely be using them on our next operations moving forward. So from now on, the Jamaican public can look forward to seeing body camera footage of incidents that will make front page news. That's it. That's it. Nothing more. And this man have doctor in front of his name, and I would think that his communication skills would be better than this. Fix up, man. Fix up. You know, shout out to all the good Jamaica Constabulary Force officers, because you have some good ones. So shout out to the good one them. And I've said it before, you know, if they weren't around, dog would and yam with supper, cause could you imagine how much more lawless the place would be and how much more lawless activities would be taking place? So yeah, shout out to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, same way. But when you're not wrong, the same people like myself who point out when you're wrong, we point out when you're right, we give you your credit when you're right, we big you up when you're right. So when you're wrong, take it from the same people, man. Take it from the same people. You're not in a position for us to worship you. You work for us. You work for us. You are a public servant. I know that hit hard just now to some people in a them ego, because you hear servant on your name or on your profession. You are a public servant. So serve the public. See? But we're with y'all. We're standing with you. We're not just fuck up sometime. I need to fix some things, and that's it. Audrey said because them no want get catch on camera or commit blatant crimes. But the fact is, they're already being caught on camera, personal devices, committing blatant crimes. It is time for accountability. It is time for Jamaica to move into a new era, into an era where we're stepping forward into like first world movements, into an era where accountability is key. If the Jamaica Constabulary Force is serious about building a relationship with the Jamaican people and then fighting crime with the Jamaica, guess what? Them can't fight crime by themselves. Me not ask you, no society, in no civilized society can the police alone fight crime by themselves. It always takes the civilians, the citizens, working with them to fight crime properly and to keep the crime rate down. So if that is truly their intention, then they're going to have to do things to have a relationship with the majority of the people. Not the little two people them where they on social media where I talk about, kill more of them, officer, we stand with you. Half of them people that don't even live in Jamaica, foreign them there. I talk about, kill more of them, officer, we stand with you, and them truly afraid to come to Jamaica. Them afraid to come to Jamaica, and when them come, them go lock up in our resort like a tourist, and then them hide and go back out of the country. And them that on social media talk about, kill more of them, officer, we stand with you. Majority of Jamaicans don't trust you. JCF. Majority of Jamaicans don't trust you. No, I've been said this before. But you could change that though. You could change that. And if you change it, it would be for the betterment of our country. God knows, man. I want to see Jamaica go back to a place where, like the days when I was growing up. Jeez. Yo, when we left Jamaica, people, you see, as me did old enough to go back a yard, we always go back, right? But I remember early days when we used to go back, the first thing me do is me reach me gone. Me gone up a road. Me gone sit down on a wall. Everybody knows that me come, me reaching at the place, all kind of something. I'm looking for those days again. Night catch you out the road, you beat you out the road. Me I got a party under the stars. Just dropping at the place, and I was able to tell everybody when I was coming. I was able to tell everybody when I was leaving, even though I never want wise thing to do. And we know now because the place is getting more corrupt now. But back then it didn't matter. Because the place did nice. Nobody need to look for us, kill you just so. Of course, we want to see Jamaica get back to that. And we do have some waste people in the place that need to be gotten rid of. And if them shoot them down out the road, then, you know, in the right way, I wouldn't have nothing to say. Honestly. But you can't be saying you're okay with police just come knock on your door and go into your house. That's something totally different. And then murder your family member when camera show that the man never did that, do nothing. And make up a story and it's all good. Because that means that could be any one of us. You're in the house, I chill out, you just fry 2 plantain and 2 fritters, and you're dead with a cup of tea, and next thing, boom, 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 and you dead too. And them get a little idiot story and gone. Like, we can't be co-signing that. So yeah, it's time for accountability. It's time for the JCF to actually fix up, build a relationship with the people so we can fight crime together, solve crimes together, and make Jamaica nice and peaceful again. For everybody. For you, the police, for me, for tourists, for everybody. When the place peaceful, more money make for everybody, you know. Yeah. Anyways, that wasn't a nice, we will not be, that wasn't nice. And I don't think that was professional in the way how he communicated that across. Moving right along though. I just said, JCF, fix up on yourself. Time come now. We stand for law and order, not lawlessness and obstruction. And Audrey Davis says that means they did the same to other men, only there's no camera to prove it. That one right there. And this is why we cannot celebrate such stuff, because people been saying that that's exactly what happened. And now we get proof that that is what happened. We can't just skip over it. I'm going to make a prediction before I move on to our last topic for the morning. My prediction in this Ferguson shooting is, Jamal, wherever you are in the universe, son, I don't think any justice is going to be served in your case. As in, none of those police officers who did that raid on your house, took you back into that room and shot you and killed you, I don't think any of them are going to be prosecuted. I don't think any of them are going to see inside of a jail or prison. And I don't think your family is going to get justice that way. That's my prediction. Now, prove me wrong. I'll wait. Sad, but true. So moving right along, right? Our last topic for this morning, which I had to say for last, come on, get into it, is Noel Maitland's case. Noel Maitland's case, Donnelly Donaldson, they are looking for justice for Donnelly. I told you they were back in court. People are testifying. By the way, I read through the truck driver's testimony this morning again. So the truck driver did testify already. You know, the last time we were talking about this case, somebody said, so I also said, if the sofa was bloody, with the amount of blood that the car wash attendant said, blood like rice grain, then that sofa must have leaked some of that blood into the truck. And there were people here who were saying, well, SouFLo, the blood could have been coagulated by then, which means it hardened up and it's stagnant, so it's not going to run out. And then when they took it to the car wash and the power hose was hitting it, is when it liquefied again and ran out the way it did, which makes sense, right? So maybe no blood never left in a truck or something. All right. The latest in the Noel Maitland case. Constable Noel Maitland allegedly uttered these words. Ja is what they said. He said, when he was being arrested on July 27th of 2022 by detectives who are investigating the July 12th, 2022 disappearance of his social media influencer girlfriend, Donnelly Donaldson. Donnelly disappeared on the 12th. She was reported missing on the 13th by her mother. The same day, Noel called her mother, according to her mom, and said, you know, Mommy, you see Donna? And she was like, Noel, not start nobody with your foolishness, but see Donna. Is you come pick her up. Where's my daughter? All right. So from the 13th, when she was reported missing, he wasn't arrested until the 27th. But 2 weeks later, he was arrested. So Noel Maitland was subsequently charged with murder, and he was also charged with preventing the lawful burial of a corpse in relation to Donnelly Donaldson's disappearance, for which he is currently on trial in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. Ja is a popular lamentation among many Jamaicans depicting disillusionment at an action or development in a matter. To simply put, why them people I love big words, man, but I understand because it's the gleaner. Me say it's the dictionary. It's the gleaner, or not the gleaner, but it's the news media. So, but when we say Jaja, when a Jamaican said Jaja, it kind of mean like you don't really believe what go on. So right along the lines of their explanation of it's in many ways Jamaican depicting disillusionment of an action is like Ja can't believe so that go on. So he couldn't believe he was in shock basically when he was being arrested. On Monday during the trial, a detective sergeant that was assigned to the Special Operations Unit of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime CTOC group shared with the 7-member jury in the case all the details of Noel Maitland's arrest. The detective sergeant said that on July 27th of 2022, he was called by his superiors who gave him certain instructions. Quote unquote, I followed through with the instructions and I proceeded to drive out in an unmarked service vehicle along with 2 other detectives to the law offices of TWP that was located on Duke Street in Kingston. I was let inside the building where I observed the accused man, who is the one lone man in the dock today, having a conversation with his attorney, Mr. Christopher Townsend. The policeman said, Mr. Townsend and I spoke. That means Noel was given opportunity to go see his attorney, and then they will arrest him at his attorney's office. So they showed up at his attorney's office. Him and his attorney was having a conversation at the time. And Mr. Townsend, the attorney, spoke with the police officer who came to do the arrest. And I spoke and we made an arrangement. After the conversation, I walked Mr. Noel Maitland through the front door of that office. I identified myself to him as well as the other team members. I arrested him formally for the offense of murder. I cautioned him, and you know when them caution you, like your Miranda rights, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. You have the right to have an attorney present during questioning, blah, blah, blah. He said he cautioned him, and while I cautioned him, he replied with, "Ja, ja." He then shared that he cautioned Noel Maitland, telling them that he was not obligated to say anything unless he wished to, but that whatever he said would be taken down in writing and used as evidence in a court of law. I searched his persons and I found nothing on him. Of course, you're not going to find nothing on him. They organized this arrest, so he knew they were coming for him. They're testifying as if they got a drop on his location. Hey, I'm lawyer office, go pick him up. They organized this arrest. They told him what was coming down the pipeline. Them tell him prepare himself, everything, right? So I searched his person and I found nothing on him. As per my future instructions, I asked his father, who was in our presence. See, all him father did they know. I said where his son's cell phone was. He told me something and gave me a phone. His father said, I only the banger me have. So his father didn't give them his real phone. His father said, it's only the banger me have. The brand of the phone was BLU, but the phone was green. I reminded Mr. Maitland that he was still under caution, and I asked him whose phone it was. And he responded and said, mine. I then proceeded to the CTOC base with the accused man. I wrote up the phone on an attribution form, which is a form for any electronic device to be written up and submitted to the Computer Forensics and Cybercrime Division. That's not his real phone. That ain't his real phone. That's a banger phone, right? I invited him to sign the attribution form and he declined, the detective sergeant said. He explained that the phone which he said he took from Noel Maitland was packaged along with a form, and it was handed to his sergeant for safekeeping. He said he then transported Noel Maitland to the Grants Pen police station, where he was held over to be kept in custody. I also informed the investigators of the arrest of Constable Maitland and the seizure of the phone on August 9th of 2022. I retrieved the same packaged cell phone and caused it to be submitted to the Communications, Forensic, and Cybercrime Division, or CFCD, the policeman said in court. He said CFCD accepted the phone along with an attached report, and the phone was signed a case number. Now, during cross-examination, which was brief, Attorney Christopher Townsend asked the witness if Noel Maitland actually said Jaja when he was being arrested. His attorney, who was there, who saw him got arrested, is now cross-examining the same police officer who had a conversation with him. He said, did Noel Maitland say Jaja when you arrest him? The detective sergeant reiterated that Noel Maitland said so. Yes. However, the attorney suggested to him that no such thing was said. The man never said no Jaja. Me did stand up right there. He never said no Jaja. Townsend also suggested that Noel Maitland did not tell him that the cell phone that was confiscated by the detectives belonged to him. You see, I never even read all of this, but I know that wasn't his cell phone. So he never lied to you. He never tell us a film cell phone. But if you check it, right, the attribution form that he was supposed to sign, that is the exact reason why he chose not to sign the attribution form. Because he didn't want for them to later pull the form and say, look, you remember this? You signed the form. You said that was your phone. We put it into evidence and you signed this form saying it was your phone. That's why he didn't sign the attribution form. So Townsend, the attorney, suggests that his client, Noel Maitland, did not say Jaja, like he was in no disbelief, and he did not tell you that that phone that you took from him was his. The police officer's story is he got that phone from Noel Maitland's father when he asked, where is Noel Maitland's phone? And that's the phone the father gave him, and the father said, I only have the banger. The banger mean that's not your main phone. Noel Maitland could be seen in the prisoner dock, shaking his head in apparent disagreement, while the detective insisted that the constable told him that the phone was his. That's where they left off in the testimony so far, and we'll have more for you tomorrow because they are in court today, still going through more testimonies. That's where we're going to leave it today. All right. Manners and respect to every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Keep on saying Donnelly Donaldson name. Hopefully justice comes from this case. Keep your front to yourself. There are things out there that you don't want to catch. What else we need to say? I don't know. Big up on yourself. My granny Miss Ruby right here, so over me said, be good. If you can be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Cleaver, right next door, said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. All right? Walk good and be good. I'm out. Peace.